I get those goosebumps every time.
I just have to get the big fella off the bench.
Could this be their last chance now? In it comes, Monster to the front! He scored! Harley Monster scored!
I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too numb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need the hind to throw that to the side, I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side, I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713 through the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me? Why they on me? I'm flying. Sipping low-key. I'm sipping low-key and hiding. I get those goosebumps every time. You come around, yeah. You ease my mind. You make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments. I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need the hind.
Good evening and welcome to Loaded Bag and NUFC the live watch-along. We are back. We nearly forgot to press the button to go live. We were just chatting away with the Man United boys in the back. But that's Mr. Chris Hall. How are you boys? How are you feeling about tonight? Nearly kickoff time, boys.
Nearly kickoff time, Pete. Yeah, you're right. We nearly did. We pressed before the match kicked off, or the first half at least. So good to get the show started. But yeah, all good. Pete, look, we were chatting last night. We had a great show with Graham Bailey, and again over on the Devil's Advocate podcast as well with some of the Man United lads. So yeah, all good. We'll get into the lineup. But over to you, Chris.
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Yeah, I'm really well, thanks, Pete. I had a nice chilled day today. So yeah, I've been looking forward to the match all day. And yeah, I know we're going to talk about the lineup, but yeah, I've got mixed feelings on it. I've got to be honest. But how are you, Pete? You all right, mate?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, finished work, dinner, kids, all the rest of it, and yeah, just kind of settled down to watch the game. So hoping for the boys to put in a good performance, but look. It's going to be interesting. That's what I'm going to say. It's going to be interesting. But look, we sorted out these watch-alongs to have like an alternative perspective on it all, and we're delighted to welcome two Man United fans that are going to be repping their club tonight. First of all, we've got from the Devil's Advocate podcast, we've got our old mate Jamie. Back again. Welcome, Jamie, into the house. How you doing, fella?
Welcome, Jamie.
That was some introduction, boys. Thank you very much.
Been so long, I've forgotten your surname, Jamie, and then I copped on who you were later on. Our old friend Jamie.
I know, yeah.
Who we met at our game against Newcastle Fans TV over in April last year. So it was this year. Yeah, this year.
Yep.
Yeah,
this year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've not come alone.
I feel like I've known you all for years. Like, you know, I feel like I've known you all for so long, and then finally meeting you, I was like, God, these guys do actually exist. But, nah, it was always a pleasure to see us, and I'll catch up with you when you do it again as well.
Definitely. Look, you're not the only Man United fan in the house, because for anyone that watches the 12th Man, alongside myself, we've got the main man, Dan United, United's first. Let's get him in, repping Man U.
Welcome, Dan.
Come on!
Hi, Dan. Good luck, Dan.
He's shirted up as well. He's shirted up. He's got the attire. How you doing, fella? How's things?
Yeah, I mean, can they get any worse? That's how I go into every Man United game now. Can they get any worse? Thank you so much for inviting me tonight, boys. Really, really excited for tonight. Great to meet Jamie as well. So, yeah, let's get going.
Definitely. Look, we'll stick it up because we are, just under 10 minutes from kickoff. But we'll stick it up. We managed to sort out the lineups. If you guys can see it, it is quite small, but interesting from both sides of the coin. Look, we'll start with the Man United team. Onana in goal, Reguilon left back, Lindelof, Maguire centre back, Dalot on the right. Then you've got a midfield three of Casemiro, Hannibal, and Mount. And then up top, you've got Garnacho, I assume, is on the left, Anthony on the right, and Martial up top. Boys, what do you make of your lineup? Jamie, I'll start with you. What do you make of the lineup tonight? Are you confident?
Dan, are we confident? Goodness me. I'm not too sure about that one, Pete, to be honest with you. We'll see how it goes. Tell you after 10 minutes. I'm a bit worried about the centre-back pairing, to be honest with you. It's nice to see Lindelof playing his actual position, so that's good. From the weekend's left-back disaster, but we'll not hold that on him because he shouldn't have been playing there. I like Reguilón since he's come in. I love his energy on the left, so hopefully him and Garnacho can work nicely together. It's nice to have a left-back playing left-back, so that's good. I feel like Maguire and Lindelof have played together plenty of times, so I'm not too worried about that, considering Gordon's like quite a very intricate player. I feel like pace-wise, he'll trouble them to maybe try them little balls in behind. But I feel like they'll be able to deal with him, hopefully. Might come back to bite me, that one. But it'll be interesting to see Hall. I really rate Hall. I haven't seen much of him at Newcastle, but I liked what I've seen at Chelsea. So that would be an interesting little duel. But when I seen your midfield, I thought that's quite a strong midfield. I know Willock's not played a lot of football, but I feel like our midfield's got a little bit about it. I quite like Hannibal. Is he brings a lot of energy to the game, and we haven't seen the best of Mason Mount yet, but everybody knows he's a busy player. He'll get in and around players. He'll make it awkward, and hopefully he'll get the ball in advanced areas tonight, and he can influence the game a little bit more without having a Bruno next to him, doing that sort of role in the team and him kind of shoehorning into the team. So we need a little bit of physicality in that midfield, and I feel like with Joelinton in there, he'll bring that for years. So Casemiro, was good to have him back. I know he's had a lot of stick in the press. Not really buying it. I think he's been a brilliant player for us. He's not had the best start to the season, but we haven't as a club. So hopefully he can bring that physicality and let Hannibal and Mason Mount get on the ball and bring their energy and enthusiasm to the midfield. I think that will be important. Left side, I'm really happy with. I thought Rashford would have played, to be honest. I'm really happy that Garnacho's starting. I thought him against a tired Trippier might have been interesting, but the fact he's went for Livramento will be a decent little tussle because he's a quality little young player as well. Kraft and Dummett centre backs. Quietly confident. If Højlund was up there, I'd be even more confident. Not the biggest fan of Martial, to be honest with you. I think his time's up at the club, but it is what it is. He can hold the ball up well and bring players into the game, so hopefully that will help Garnacho and Anthony. And I want to see a bit more from Anthony tonight. He's had a lot of speculation around him. Everybody knows what's happened. It's a topical discussion, but I want to see the footballer tonight. I want to see what we've paid for. And at the moment, he hasn't delivered at all. And I actually really rate Target, to be honest with you. I think he should play for Newcastle more. So that'll be an interesting little duel as well. So, yeah, excited.
Dan, anything to add with regards to the lineup? Were you shocked at anything? Who are you kind of focusing on from a Man United perspective tonight, mate?
I think the only shock for me, well, two shocks, I'd say. The first one being Casemiro playing. There was a lot of talk that he wasn't fit, so it's good to see him get some minutes in the cup. But the better shock for me is Rashford has been dropped. I think the guy's coasted this season. I think he's got away with a lot, and I don't think it's helped. Every time in every press conference we've got Ten Hag saying, I'll still play him. Well, tonight is a massive opportunity for that boy Garnacho to really show what he can do. We as Man United fans know what he can do, but I think it's time for him to start doing it from the starting games. He obviously started against Wolves, wasn't very good against Wolves, but I think there's a bit of fire in his belly. There's been a lot of people obviously talking about there's been player unrest at players maybe given too much of a chance in the team. Well, tonight's the night for a couple of them to come in and take their chances. The back two, I agree with Jamie. It doesn't fill me with complete confidence, but then at the same time, we are running on empty. And it is, I must say, it is just really nice to have an actual left back playing for Manchester United, not an Amrabat and not Lindelof. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think there's going to be some interesting battles in that midfield. I think, like Jamie touched on, the Joelinton and Casemiro one will be good. And Mount's got a start tonight, so he's got his start. It's all up to him. He's got to make the manager think now. We paid a lot of money for him. It's his time to shine. So let's see what we do.
Boys, from a Newcastle perspective, as the players come out onto the pitch, as the game is a couple of minutes away from kickoff, What do we make of the Newcastle team? I think the commentator or the interviewer said there was 8 changes to Eddie Howe that's been made. Boys, what do you make of that? Who wants to dissect that lineup?
Go for it, Chris, because I know you might have to shoot off.
Cheers, Daz. I didn't expect this many changes. I'll be honest. I totally get it, and I understand why we've made that many changes, because we've got to protect, the majority of the squad. Thinking about the Premier League, and obviously the fact that we have quite a few people out injured at the minute. I just didn't expect that many changes. Although I will say, Pete, I think, and boys, I could be wrong here, and I know we're going to kick off any minute, but I think Lewis Hall will play in the middle and Joe Linton will be left wing. I could be wrong.
Well, no, but that's what I originally had. But when Sky put it up,
like now,
they've changed it now. They put Target up there. They've got Target.
Target can't be left wing. Surely.
They changed it. So when I originally,
Jamie, get the shirt on. Get the shirt on, Jamie. It's gonna be a good night.
I think at this point, anyone will be getting a game for Newcastle the way then Sky reported it. I had Hall in the midfield here. And
that's what I thought.
Top here. But now they've changed it. Not only to that, they've now done that. I don't think Matt Target. He's never played as a front three in his life. Why the hell did he play? He was there. Anyway,
watch him absolutely bang tonight. Watch him absolutely bloody bang tonight. This is United.
Well, there's already calls for a Matt Ritchie hat trick, so Reguilon may have a game on his hands if Matt Ritchie's on it, that's for sure. But yeah, anything else to add, Chris? I know you might need to shoot in a second.
Obviously, the centre-back pairing is a little bit worrying. It's great to see Emil Kraft back, don't get me wrong, and Paul Dummett, the last time he put on a Newcastle shirt, he done fantastically well, so hopefully we get the same again tonight. Midfield looks pretty decent. I agree with what Jamie said. Our midfield three looks decent. It's a bit disappointing seeing Casemiro in there because no matter what anyone thinks, Casemiro is absolute quality. And if he's on his game today, he could potentially run that whole midfield. But I'm interested to see Gordon through the middle. We know that he's played up front for the under-21s, so it will be interesting to see what he's like as that false 9.
Definitely. It has just kicked off. 25 seconds gone. Newcastle are pressing high up to Man United's defence. But Daz, anything to add for the tactics before I clear it off for now?
You can clear it off because I have it on my phone. Really, I can't read it the small screen here. But I'm a bit worried in different spots. Like Richie, I called for him to be gone 3 years ago, the Kraft. Interesting to see what Kraft can do in his first game back. We haven't seen him for a year or so. It'll be interesting how that midfield copes. But the big one for me is with Casemiro playing, no Bruno for us. That's dodgy. And I know he's just come back from injury, Casemiro. But let's see. Oh, Target is down here.
Yeah, Target's down, holding the back of his leg. I'm hoping he's just been kicked rather than a hamstring injury.
This is infuriating. I'm 20 seconds behind you.
Yeah, no. So am I.
We will hold the fort to a point unless you just see us going batshit crazy. Then just assume that nothing's happened at this point.
They can have some real fun with us tonight, Jamie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was my one thing about doing a watch along. I was like, surely if we can get the same time, but he's just ruined it, Pete, and we're a couple of minutes in. Do you know what I mean? he's ahead of us.
You'll know, mate. You'll know.
I'm well behind here, boys, so I'm going to duck because I am well behind. And to be honest, Dan and Jamie, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to join at the start, half time, and then the ends because I'm in the same boat as you boys. I'm behind Daz and Pete, but I'm just looking at the replay. Yeah, he's not been kicked. He's damaged something. Target.
I've just seen that now, actually.
It's on his hammy, isn't it?
It looks like his hammy.
Bring on Bruno straight away.
Looks bad. Lewis Hall's going left back then by the looks of things.
Yeah. He's hitting the floor, and he's pulled his hamstring.
Sky knew. It's all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan, apparently. They're calling somebody back. I don't know who it is.
I can't know where.
Mark Gillespie. Mark Gillespie's coming out.
Bruno's warming up.
Bruno thought it was him and started jogging along, and then Tiddle's got, no, not you. Miggy. Miggy's been called, I think. Yeah, just absolutely typical Newcastle United. Miggy is getting ready to come on.
Think you put Richie at left back?
No, I think Hall will probably go left back, if I'm honest. I think they'll go Hall left back and they'll go Richie maybe left wing, Miggy on the right wing. They'll just switch it because Richie can play both sides.
Oh, and Joe Linton will go through the middle.
Yeah, I think Joe Linton did he start in the middle or did he start on the as a front three? I didn't actually.
No, he was on left wing.
Right. Okay.
Well, in the first 90 seconds, he was left wing anyway. Whether or not that was his permanent position, I don't know. But yeah, he was up top, pressing with Anthony Gordon.
Might have to see because there might be the old switcheroo take place. It's interesting. Lewis Hall put a ball in for the free kick, lofted it as a diagonal. I think it might be Maguire that wins the ball, and like literally all the Newcastle players run away, and like Richie's like, "Oh, hold on, I'm not a left back anymore. I'm not a right back anymore. I need to actually attack the ball as a winger." And then he's the only one that had to go run back and try and chase the ball. But yeah, Almiron's coming on. Tyndall's talking tactics with him. But yeah.
That's a shame for Matt Target. Like, can't seem to get a break, can he?
No,
give him the kiss of death, Jamie.
Yeah.
Well, Sky did.
Yeah.
They're
To be honest,
He said, "I'm not having this. I'm going down."
Protest.
Boys, I'll see you in about 40 minutes.
See you, Chris.
See you there, Chris.
Take care, lads. Good luck. Good luck, Dan and Jamie.
Yeah, we believe you. We believe you.
Oh man.
The thing is, I mean, like, straight. Oh no. What did you say? Here we go.
No, I said there's your old keeper.
Oh, I was going to say, Christ almighty. Don't say there you go.
the Bravka.
Yeah.
I watched him a couple of times for us last season. He's just so suspect. I'm so glad that the one positive thing Manchester United did was not pay money for that man.
And the one bad thing we didn't do was get money for that man. The one thing we regret doing.
I don't like the idea of Almiron coming on, man. I really rate Miggy, man. He's such a dangerous little tricky winger. I'd much rather had Richie on that side.
Yeah, he's got pace. I mean, they're kind of like they've got each other's flaws really because Miggy's got pace to burn, but Richie's actually got a superb crossing ability. His delivery, which Miggy just has not got.
Yeah. And you don't see that a lot no more, do you? That old school fullback, you know, that whip the ball in when he gets the chance. Like it's more like intricate play on the left and right wing backs nowadays. It's like they want a pass to the winger and pass back and go into the middle. Like, I like an old school left back that crosses the ball. I feel like it's almost outdated to cross early now, isn't it?
Yeah. Jamie, for me, I watched the Beckham documentary, and obviously the main thing there was the Beckham and Neville just wide right, just staying wide right, hugging that line, drawing people out to them and doing something with it. You just don't see that as much anymore.
You just don't get like.
Sorry, Jamie. I was just saying it was a great documentary.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
They were the days, Dan, weren't they?
Oh, mate, take me back. I don't mind being 50. I don't mind being having to stay 11. Just take me back. Take me back.
No. Tell me about
it, boys. 7 minutes gone. It's been a bit scratchy in the middle of the park. Ball bouncing all over the place. It's ran out for a goal kick. Dubravka, 7.5 minutes in. I know you boys are slightly behind. He's just about to take a goal kick. So just for people that are watching that might not be watching the game or have a stream, that is where we're at. It looks like Joe Linton's got into the midfield three now. Looks like Richie switched over to the left-hand side, I believe, or has he?
Yeah, he's not in the picture there, anyway.
The interesting thing for Manchester United is Hannibal's lined up in that sort of attacking midfield role when we're defending when the goal kick's coming across, which quite surprised me. I thought he'd drop deeper.
Miggy's gone central actually. No, he's playing on the left. Yeah, he's playing on the left. Richie stayed on the right. That's interesting. Miggy not playing in his preferred position.
Hannibal's very advanced, ain't he? Like, very advanced. He's just behind Martial, ain't he?
What does the chat think about what Lisa just said there? And to you and Pete, to Pete and Daz here, do you think this is a case of he's thinking more of the League and Champions League, or is this just giving squad players a chance in the team?
I think it's a bit of both, to tell you the truth, Dan, because we were wrecked in that game against Wolves. You can see Trippier was especially, he wasn't at his best. You know, that he's been absolutely unreal first this season, but he wasn't at his best against Wolves. And with the games against Arsenal and Dortmund coming up, you can see that he has to rotate. But yeah, I would have thought he would have gone more for this, to tell you the truth, though.
You know what, Daz? I don't think he can. He's not got the players to. I genuinely think if we'd have not had the injuries that we've got, I think you'd have probably seen Isak start. You would have seen maybe even Botman come into the team. I think you would have seen Pope start. I think to a point, he's looked at it and gone, there's no point like risking some of these players because we've already got so many injured. We need to protect some of the key players that we've got. You know, because we can't afford to lose anymore. And I think that's why he's gone with such a changed team. I know he changed it against Man City, but it's Man City. And you kind of, although you're at home and you want to win, there's an element of you thinking, well, they're a strong side. They're likely to come here and win. But they didn't. And our players outperformed them. I don't think he'd have done this at Old Trafford. I genuinely think if we'd have had our choice of players available, we'd have gone with a stronger team. I genuinely do, and now I think from what you're saying, Dan, I do think that he's prioritising the league and the Champions League because I think he feels he has to, and that's why I think you're seeing some of the players that are playing tonight. I don't think Richie would have started at all. You know, you've got one or two others. I genuinely don't think Dummett would have started. I think Lascelles would have been in the team because he wouldn't have been playing much. But because he's now a starter, he's had to rest him. There's just so many changes. And now we've lost another player in Target. So you add Target to that list until, well, in a couple of weeks' time, I think it's the international break. So you're looking at the end of November by the time he's back. So he's going to be done until after the international break now with the hamstring. You never really recover from a hamstring in anything under 2 weeks. So it's just gone from bad to worse. I don't know what it is, why we've picked up so many injuries, but it's really kind of crippled us. But Joe Linton's got the ball, advanced about 10 yards inside Man United's half. 11 minutes gone. Ball's gone out to Joe Willock. Keeps possession. Sorry to you boys because you're a little bit behind.
No.
But
you're right. I think he set his stool out against City, Pete, didn't he? With the team that he picked, showing that he wasn't that serious about this tournament. Don't mean that disrespectfully, like not serious. Obviously, he got to the final last year. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but I think you're way past your where you should be at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like you're a better team than probably you should be at the moment. And I don't even mean that disrespectfully. Like I feel like you're way ahead of where you are. Like you're a quality team now, and you're always gonna favour doing well in the league. Like you don't want them Champions League nights at St James's Park and not have them next year. So I feel like he's always gonna do that. It's sensible management, particularly with you've got big games coming up in Europe. I think that Man City lineup said, look, we're gonna have a little go here, but if we go out, we go out. We'll play players that have not played a lot of football and give them opportunities and game time and get some minutes in their legs for players that just don't play every week. And then you've obviously got through, you know, you played well against Man City. I watched that game. I was really impressed with you considering the lineup. And it's the same tonight. Like, I'm kind of not being fooled that you've not got a strong lineup because the team spirit in Newcastle is one of the pluses for me. And I feel like every player at the club wants to be at the club and will give 110% for the badge.
Yeah, no, I agree. The togetherness is key. 12 minutes in, or nearly 13 minutes in, Casemiro just had a shot from the edge of the area. Comfortable for Dubravka, but it was good pressing by Martial on Kraft. He managed to win the ball and the throw in, and then the created chance off the back of that. Kraft's not been in, has he? For I think it's been 14 months. So this is literally his first game back. So you do kind of expect a little bit of rustiness from him, don't you? Especially the fact that he's playing in centre midfield.
It is good to see him back.
There's a booking. Man United player, is it Hannibal? Hannibal got booked for a challenge on Longstaff.
This is the problem with Hannibal. This is the problem. He's too aggressive.
Hannibal the cannibal.
You watch, boys. You watch it in just a second. He's just Longstaff's already headed the ball away, and he's just gone in and absolutely clattered it.
It's pointless, and this is something that irritates me. A lot of Man United fans are obviously very excited about Hannibal, but I saw this against Palace. And I don't like it. Look, if he wants minutes, he needs to curb it a little bit, or else he's going to be sent off, and then that's him out the team again. As a player, regardless of how bad Manchester United are doing at the moment, you've got to take your chance. And doing bits and pieces like that, yeah, it may get the crowd going, but we need 11 on the field, not 10. There was a lot talk. I don't know if you heard this, Jamie. There was a lot of this mentioned when he was on loan at, was it Birmingham? There was a lot of this. The Birmingham Birmingham City fans that I know have said. It's good. What?
Yeah.
Free kick just outside the box. We don't have trips.
Yeah, true.
I hate
25, 27 yards out. Casemiro foul on Willett. Willett, I think, megs him and tries to get away. And again, just clatters him. Richie's on the ball delivering. He's definitely not going for goal because I can't remember the last time Richie's scored a free kick. But
just seeing that Hannibal one there, Pete. I know what you mean by that. Just absolutely stupid, that wasn't it?
I've got a question. Why is Casemiro wearing goalkeeper gloves? You've got those the insides of the goalkeeper gloves. They look like that.
They look like the ones you wear when you go karting. Like literally, they do.
Have they taken the free kick yet for you boys?
Just about to take it. Flicked in and out for a Newcastle corner. Lindelof clears the lines. So it's out for a corner.
I'm just going to turn my telly off and listen to you, Pete, I think. This is so frustrating. Chris had them. I'm on 14 minutes 29.
I'm on 15:11.
Oh, even you're ahead of me. I'll come back on halftime, boys.
Yeah. Look, it's completely up to you, Jamie.
I'm just messing with you.
Balls coming in. Joe Linton just gets cleared. Martial has the ball out wide. Being pressed by Newcastle. Plays it into Casemiro to Hannibal. Lewis Hall wins the ball and out for a throw in. But probably could have done better with the corner. It was cleared by Man United, but Newcastle are pressing really, really high up the pitch.
I suppose, Pete, just an alternative view for a second as well, because I know a lot of the. I'm trying to put up the chat, but I'm miles behind. But like, if this game is after 60 minutes, it's still 0-0 or 1-1 or whatever the case may be, we have some nice options on the bench to bring on, like Wilson, Bruno, Trippier.
Oh, hold on. Hannibal just fouled again. He's just gone in and absolutely cleaned out another player. Newcastle players are asking for a red card, but he's gone in on Kraft. Left a little bit in there. It's a free kick to Newcastle. Ref's already given it. It's you know what?
This is the problem.
You know what? That's
the first
yellow. Look, he's late. He's missed the ball. That's a second yellow for me. You boys, you have a look at this. I'm just gone 17 minutes now, but it would have been just before that.
The referee's. I mean, he's a lucky boy. That's ridiculous. There's no need. There is no need for it. And if I'm Ten Hag now, make the change because he's gonna get sent off. One more, he's off. 100%.
That's crazy.
I ain't seen it yet.
Let us know what you think, Jamie, when you see it. But
will do.
For me, that's a second yellow.
They got to take him off. I don't even care about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Dan. Management needs to come in now. He's going to get sent off him, which is just stupidity. That's a yellow card.
That's a yellow on its own. That's a yellow, and he
It
did
is
this
a yellow
against
card.
Palace. This was exactly the same against Palace.
What's he doing there?
It's crazy.
It's late as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The ball's already gone, and then
It has really gone. Yeah, I've just seen it.
It makes contact with the player. It's a yellow card all day. I think the refs
Bottled that.
yeah,
He has. Yeah, he has. He's got to take him off, man. He's got to take him off. He's going to get sent off.
I'd bring Amrabat on and just let Mount stay forward.
Oh, Joe Willock's running forward on the counter.
Gordon.
Oh, he's just about to play Gordon,
offside.
but Gordon's just gone offside. And Casemiro brings Willock down for a free kick about 30 yards out.
He's another walking yellow card as well.
Yeah,
he is.
you could argue that was a yellow card because he was through. If Gordon just goes 2 seconds early, and you know what? For me, it's purely down to the fact that Maguire and Lindelof are so slow that he's just too quick for them. That he actually makes the run past the centre backs. If Willock plays it literally 3 seconds earlier, Gordon's in one-on-one on goal, like easily.
I don't understand why we're playing such a high line as well with them two at the back. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand that though, Pete. Like, I know you love the tactical side, mate. I know I've had a lot of conversations with you of like setup and shape and stuff. Why is he playing a high line with two defenders that don't have any pace? I don't understand.
Because he's playing. Eric Ten Hag is playing his way, and he's playing his way with the players that he's got available to him. It doesn't work.
True.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
This is the reason why Eric Ten Hag wants to get rid of Harry Maguire, because he's got no pace, so he can't play the high line.
The issue we've got here, Jamie, is we've got two central midfielders on yellow cards, and it's 20 minutes in.
Richie delivers to the back post. Longstaff doesn't get anything on it, and now Hannibal brings the ball out, but he's hounded out by about 3 Newcastle players and we win the ball back.
Yeah, I've just seen Casemiro got booked there, didn't he?
Did he get booked?
Yeah, he got booked. Two yellows.
It's just petulance, man. Honestly, it does my head in.
I didn't even see he got booked.
Yeah,
I mean, it should be a booking.
Yeah,
Newcastle play a lovely little 1-2 there. Out to the left-hand side. Richie's on the ball. He's going to deliver it. He whips it in. It's too wide. It runs out for a throw-in on the far end. But it was Newcastle have just started to work their way into the game now. Little triangles, 1-2 touches. That's you're kind of up with me. You're seeing this from a Newcastle point of view, aren't you?
We've had about 3 or 4 kind of breaks in heading towards their box. It hasn't come down. I suppose it's getting used of the way Gordon plays in that, say, number 9 position as well. It's just something different than we're used to. A quick shout out to Craig Lee, and who says, "Has Daz come as Jack Duckworth in honor of Manu?" But I don't have a little plaster on my glasses. I need to get a little plaster on my glasses, Craig. But cheers to that, and cheers to the £2 donation as well.
Manchester United can't get out there in the half here. This is
Richie on the edge of the area shoots. All right, so
you can't get out. Can't get
won
out.
the ball back. Yeah, we won the ball back high up the ball back, should I say? Not the wall. Joe Linton wins it high up on the pitch, middle of the goal, edge of the area. Casemiro jumps across to try and block it, but it's a poor effort. To be fair, anyone but Matt Ritchie in those situations. He's not great at striking the ball from distance.
The thing for me is, it's literally you are first to every knock on. Simple as that. Every loose touch, Newcastle are there. It's as simple as that. This is what grinds my gears about Manchester United. There's just no drive
again, mate.
No drive.
Giving the ball away again. Tries to find a pass, gets brought down. Last 10 minutes, it's just come up on the screen. Newcastle 61% possession in the last 10 minutes. Now Joe Willock's running through on the left-hand side. Advances into the area. It's a poor touch. Hannibal just gets back and nicks the ball. But yeah, another.
It's just loose passes. Loose passes. Manchester United can't string more than 2 passes together.
Yeah.
There's no in-game management. There's absolutely no in-game management by the players at all. Like, and Ten Hag doesn't ask for that either on the touchline. Like, they just need to manage the game. Like they're second best at the moment. They're losing the battles, the individual battles. Just manage the game. Keep the ball. Like just keep the ball for 5 minutes. Be difficult to play against. But it's the same way all the time, and it's so flat. Like it just feels like it happens every week though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's the same old no game management. It's like sometimes you've just got to bed in for 5 minutes, get a tight back four, be hard to break down, and get on the ball and try and play your way into the game.
Yeah,
we're at home. Do you know what I mean? We should be the forward-thinking team. How many chances are Newcastle having? I'm just seeing that Willock chance now. Like how many times are they going to get in behind? Yeah. Particularly on that left wing.
We've just won the ball back again, and we're just playing it around.
That was Lindelof. That was Lindelof again. Just loose pass again.
I'd love to know if anyone knows and seen the stats. The ball recoveries from Newcastle. We've won the ball back so many times in this first just under 24 minutes.
It's a brilliant challenge by Willock. That.
Yeah, fantastic. That was. I was worried then because he gets up and kind of hobbles, but he's.
I saw that.
I don't want to.
That's not cool.
Me and Daz were literally like praying every challenge that they go in for, hoping there's not an injury on the back of it.
Yeah.
But just want to run you guys through some latest scores. West Ham 2, Arsenal 0. That Lawless is happy with that.
Oh, Bots, you're in the mud.
He will be. He will be. They're just showing.
Oh, it's showing the goal.
Just showing the goal. Kudus gets the second goal. It's a nice finish, to be fair.
Whoa. Potts will be wearing the shades and the hoodie next night out, I think.
Oh, no.
Potts ain't going to live it down, mate. Lawless is going to live on this until they next play again.
Yeah.
And this is it. Shameless Lawless back. He's back in business. That is for sure. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. That's half time. Chelsea 1, Blackburn 0. That's half time. Everton 1, Burnley 0. That's half time. And Ipswich 0, Fulham 1. That's also half time. So they're your latest scores at the moment.
Hannibal, just be careful for Christ. Every time Hannibal's near the ball, you can see his first initial thought is, I don't care if I take the player and ball, I'm getting this.
Yeah. Definitely.
Cheers, Stu, for rejoining as a member as well. Nice with Stu.
Top man.
Do you know what though, Dan? If he gets a second yellow card and he gets hooked, that it's on the manager though. Do you know what I mean? He knows his style of play. He knows he's an aggressive young midfielder. If he gets sent off, it's just lack of in-game management again, like I just said a minute ago.
He's got previous.
Sometimes you got to save players from themselves.
He's got previous with this, Jamie. Last season, Fred against Sevilla, wasn't it?
He's just kicked in Joelinton, and Joelinton who went down there as well.
You know what? Like maybe like 2000, between 2005 2008, you could have probably got away with it. They were like in the Rooney era because Rooney was aggressive with his game. You can't get away with it now. You see how many yellow cards have been given out in the Premier League this season for like literally nothing. So if you're even like minorly aggressive, like you are picking up a yellow card. That's a given. It's an absolute given. Sorry, Daz, what were you going to say?
No. Hall is just holding off the Man United attacker there and winning the throw for Newcastle. So no, just watching him in that left back position and see how he gets on. It's our first time seeing him there.
I was going to ask you, Daz, like just obviously he's transitioned into that position because of the injury to Target. What have you made since he's dropped back into left back, which is where we officially sort of signed him from what Eddie Howe said.
He's on the ball now again. He hasn't done anything wrong so far. So
lovely
great ball to Miggy.
Keep it on, son.
He should keep that in.
Go on.
Now on his right foot.
Gordon on the edge of the area plays it to Hall to Willock. Willock tries to flick in the area. Gordon wins it back in the area. Okay, he's out the area now on the left-hand side. Plays it to Miggy. Playing the ball around. Hall's on it now.
See, now this is something that I'm 20 seconds behind you here. And the thing that's destroying me, and Jamie, you'll catch us up, is how easy that first phase pass is for Newcastle. They're taking two players out every time.
Yeah. Just literally one pass. It's just come up the stat. Touches in the opposition box, 6 for Newcastle, 1 for Man United. Now Man United advance with Hannibal out to Garnacho running it. Livramento, what a tackle.
Well done, Livramento.
Brilliant stuff. And now he's off.
Oh,
Took on Hannibal and Mount.
Look to Gordon.
And he keeps going. And he's just
Go on,
about to play
Miggy.
Miggy's on goal. Miggy! Oh! Miggy scores for Newcastle United.
Told you, Miggy.
The bit of play from Tino Livramento. Oh my word. That was unbelievable. Wins the ball
1 minute
back
you in?
from Garnacho, 28th minute. Wins the ball back from Garnacho. He then literally leaves Hannibal and Mount for dead. The pace absolutely destroys them. Cuts inside. And then the ball for Almiron splits it between two players. Almiron just has to keep running in a straight line. He gets on the end of it. Boom.
Watch it again.
One touch. He literally watch it again. When Miggy takes the first touch, it's not the greatest of touches, but it goads on Onana out, and then he just caresses it into the far corner.
What's Mount doing there, by the way? It's so easy.
Here's the thing for me here. Mount runs past, stops, and just jogs back. There's no desire, I'm seeing here, there's no desire to track your man back. Yeah. No desire to try and win this ball back. It's an easy run. Bello is just not even look. He just looks now over his shoulder. He's gone. There's no obvious shape for him. It's
so easy, that.
So I don't know what Miggy Cerebrais is all about, but no.
What did I just say earlier, Pete?
His driving ban. His driving ban, Pete.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's banned from driving. Okay, I get it now.
What did I say to you earlier? I don't want Miggy to come on. He's just scored.
Nope.
Yeah, you called it, Jamie.
He said that.
But Jamie,
so easy, man. Yeah. Like, what's the? Do you know, Dan? Did you see the pass before it went out the wide to the Garnacho? Did you see the pass from Reguilon? He's trying to play the ball into Martial. He's got 4 players around him.
There's no
like. Do you know what I mean?
There's no.
It's just ridiculous, man. That's basic stuff, man.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
And there's nothing stopping this being a 2 or 3-0. Nothing.
What a ball as well from Livramento, by the way.
I've seen nothing.
Gives the ball away. Hall gives the ball away. Man United have got it on the far left. Reguilon to Garnacho. Garnacho up against. Oh, the ball comes in from Garnacho. Gets played in. Mount throws himself at it. I think he gets the ball, but it's. Let's have a look from behind the goal. Yeah, it's way wide. Never chance to
Pete,
he's hurt his arm. Yep, go for it.
You'll remember Julio from last night. Goose. He was. But yeah, yes. He said. On the stream last night, he pinpointed Miggy as well as being a danger man. He
did. Fair play. There's a lot of non-Newcastle United supporters that do, have a lot of respect for Miggy, and they see his qualities, and it's small sections of the Newcastle fans they really don't rate him. Right, Darlow is running with the ball, crosses it in, gets played.
Lucky there.
Gets played to the back post. I think it goes over Martial's head, falls to Mount. It's a poor touch, and it bounces down, and then Newcastle straight on it, get the ball cleared out. It's the first real opportunity that they've managed to create, and it's because we didn't track our man. Yeah, it's almost like Martial jumping in the air takes it away from Mount, because the Mount's first thought.
Oh, that's so poor.
Once it
I've just seen that.
He kind of looks at Martial and going, "That you literally took it away from me," because he jumps and he blocks his vision. But that's probably the first semi-opportunity that Man United have created in the box of any sort of danger. So yeah, we're on 32 minutes, so it's took kind of ultimately that long to get working. And yeah, Chris, I agree with you.
Yeah, so do I.
Lewis Hall should not be playing in midfield. He is a left back. That is for sure.
Great to see both of them doing so well, Pete. Livramento and Hall.
Well, we did talk about this, Daz, on the full early transfer shows in the summer, and we said and we made absolutely clear that those boys are the future of Newcastle United, both at right and left back. And look, Livramento's proved it before at Man City. He's done it again tonight. And but Garnacho's up against Livramento, what a tackle again. Jesus Christ, man.
I've just seen that Martial chance, man.
Jamie,
Tino
take some heart,
Livramento.
because the last time I remember doing a match day live with you, we went 1-0 up, and you definitely came back. Do you think you could have won that match?
Daz, you just feel
3 years
sorry
ago.
for me at this point, don't you?
I do, Jamie. I feel sorry. No,
I remember the first live show we did, I think, was a watch-along on Matters, wasn't it? And I think we
Yeah,
beat
it
you
was.
4-1 that day as well. Yeah, and
we went
I
1-0
remember.
up, and then downhill
The one
after that.
positive
Just
I will
looked
take-
like
the one positive I will take from Livramento is thank God he's English. That's the only thing I can get behind.
Yeah. Like, for me, honestly, if he was playing regular football, like, he would be in a shout of getting into this England squad. And he's only 20 years old, or he might have just turned 21. I can't remember, but he's as young as anything. And he's
watch this. West Ham 3-0 up.
God.
Jesus.
You kind of don't want it, do you, Pete? Because we know what he's going to be like. You kind
exactly.
of like
You kind of look at it and you think, oh, Arsenal out, oh, like interesting. And you think, oh, the fallout of it. Oh, that's
how bad it's got, Dan, ain't it? We're like, yes, at least Arsenal are going out as well.
Yeah.
All the better for us if we
Yeah.
if we can manage to hold on here.
We won't be putting a lineup out like this tonight if he gets through this one, Daz, and Arsenal go out.
Yeah.
Third goal's just being shown now. Bowen on the edge of the area. Oh my God! You watch that goalkeeper from Ramsdale. Jesus Christ!
Really?
It is horrid, absolutely horrid. Man United advance into the box. Hannibal on the edge of the area gets played out to
over the bar.
Regulon. That was like, if you had 2 goals on top of each other, wouldn't have scored that. But again, there's a couple of openings. Like Hannibal's won the ball back high up the pitch. Doesn't quite fall to him on the edge of the area, but he slides in, plays it back to Regulon, and he shoots first time, and it's way over the bar. But you know, you talked about Hannibal on that yellow card, but he's still putting himself into tackles. He's still putting himself about, and actually, the last couple of tackles he's put himself about to. He's managed to get some success. He's managed to get a little bit of success. How we won that free kick, I have no idea, because
that was never a free kick.
Yeah, he legitimately lost the ball there just because he ran out of pace. You know, like on FIFA, where like you run out of ball into the back. Willock's in, advances into the area, goes to cross it, gets flicked back. And it's a goal! Only the Wayne debut, I think he's just smashed it into the far corner. What a finish! What
Unreal
a finish!
Who scored?
Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall on the edge of the box smashes it into the far corner. My word! Onana couldn't see it.
He's got to bring some players on, hasn't he?
Couldn't see it until it was already past him into the net. But we win that free kick. Longstaff just plays it straight the way. No, he's onside. He's onside because Lindelof's kept him onside. Almiron down the left-hand side runs at him, holds it up. Willock makes the other run, and he just flicks it between 2 players. Willock's in. He cuts back. He whips it left-footed into the back post. Oh, that's a great finish.
Volley.
Right into the far corner. Volley.
There's no one on him, though.
Wow.
Hang on.
Lovely finish.
There's no one. That's a great goal.
What a goal. What a goal.
Do you not notice, though, Pete, 10 seconds before he hits that ball, he runs into the box unmarked?
Hannibal lets him go.
It's just the basics, mate.
Hannibal ball watching.
Absolutely.
All right, boys, it's been lovely seeing you, but I'll catch you after, right?
It's basic fucking football. It's basic. It's just basic. Don't watch the ball. Watch the player.
Honestly, Dan, Newcastle just won it back again. On the midfield, they're hovering around with the ball. Newcastle are pressing, fighting. He's just cutting across to Bruno, who looks absolutely dejected, along with Ericsson. Manuel got the ball. They played it out wide to Anthony. Anthony up against Hall. Hall slipped, but I think Anthony took the ball out, didn't he? It was a throw-in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's gone out for a Man U corner. Anthony's got the ball. Is he going to take it early, quickly? No. Yeah. So Man U back on the attack again. But honestly, two brilliant finishes from Newcastle United.
Just like Dan said, man, it's the basics of football, man. Like they can't do the basics. They literally can't do the basics at the moment. Like it's that simple as well. Like you mark runners, you follow runners.
Yeah.
I can't handle this anymore.
That is absolutely shocking. The ball gets recycled by Man United. Dalot gets the ball and he just clips it out for a goal kick. It just literally. There's not even a Man United player there. There's not even a Man United player running. He just literally clips it.
Pete, there's not a Man United player on the pitch, mate. there's no one there, and it's bollocks.
Mate.
It's absolute nonsense.
I can't not agree with you.
Nonsense.
I can't not agree with you, Dan.
It's pathetic. And I tell you what, they flashed the camera before at Bruno shaking his head on the bench. This is just as much you, mate. Just as much you. Don't sit there on the bench shaking your head thinking you could do better.
Willock again down the left-hand side, mate. Willock again plays that ball down the left-hand side. Is in. Lewis Hall crosses it. Casemiro's been nice little play for Casemiro to win the ball out. Honestly, Dan, you talked about it about 10 minutes ago, maybe 15 minutes ago. That ball down that left-hand side with Willock is getting played time and time again. And we're getting in every opportunity. Every single opportunity we are getting in. It's crazy.
Hall is everywhere as well, Pete. Look at him. He's back there now again. Yeah. He's in each of the boxes.
He is all over the shop.
That's the thing for me as well, Dan. Like we're in trouble at the moment, yeah? Who's the one guy we need the most? The manager has just went and sat down.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to sit here and go in on Ten Hag, but like manage the team, man. Be on the touchline, be present. Like you're the face of the team.
How much longer can we have? I mean, I'll back him. I'll absolutely back him. But how much longer can we keep going on like this?
Boys, though, honestly, if you lose this tonight, if this stays 2-0 or even goes to 3-0, whatever, like, and you go out the cup to this Newcastle team, but look, this is our B team, right? Like
the C team, Pete.
C team. Like, surely, big questions have got to be asked, Dan. You said that you'd back him. You said it on Monday. You're saying it again tonight to a point. But how long until that question starts to genuinely get asked?
But the thing is, Pete, I've said this before. So much of it will get labelled on the manager. But I'm looking at 11 boys out there, not men, 11 boys who don't want to stand up and be counted for, who don't give a crap about this badge on the front. They do not care. Simple as that. And they can come out and they can do their social media posts. Oh, you know, we go again with... Oh, hang on. I think Hannibal's off, is he? Is he? Oh, no, I'm behind you. I thought he was...
Back on again.
Right. Newcastle on the attack again. Matt Ritchie on the left. Plays it to Willock onto the left. Willock cuts inside. Goes for goal. Oh, saved by Onana.
Onana.
Oh, Gordon's struggling. Don't do this to us, Anthony Gordon. Please do not do this to us. Yeah.
Like, I want to know what the assistant writes in that book of his. Because, like...
Brilliant tackle, Gordon. Which assistant? Your assistant.
Yeah, he constantly writes in a book, Pete, but I don't see anything positive coming out of whatever's in that book.
I tell you what he writes. He puts, "What do we do?" ? Any clue? ? Because at the moment we've got nothing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's going on, though, Dan. Like, I know that you can dissect this till the cows come home. But it's like you say, like I manage an under-14s team in Newcastle. I think some of them are actually listening to the show because I've seen my group chat going off. But like, it's the basics, man. Like, you got to do the basics. You mark your men, you win your battles, you do your own job in that 11. It's just, it's not good enough, man. Like, there's too many passengers.
Gordon advanced into the area, lovely ball played in. Gordon plays it out to Miggy. Miggy actually crosses it in. Jesus Christ.
What's going on there?
I don't know what's gone into him, man.
He should stay on that left-hand side.
Yeah. Cleared by Maguire, I believe, out for a throw-in. Lewis Hall's just got the ball for a throw-in. It is...
one of your boys is in the chat, all right? Jamie Kyle.
Yeah. Good lad.
Good lad.
Yeah, no, do you know what I mean? It is though. Like, do you know? I think we can overanalyze football,
Great
boys.
win
I'll be
back.
honest with you. Like, you got to do the basics sometimes, man. It's about putting the hard yards in. I always say this to my players as well. They'll probably be laughing listening to me. I'm like a broken record, but you've got to like do the basics. You've got to win your individual battles. You've got to put that little last ditch in running when you're tired. And this team just don't have it in them. Like, I just see so much more desire. I know I'm behind you, but and obviously following Pete's commentary, which is superb, by the way.
Thank you, mate.
It's just like we're losing our individual duels. Like Lindelof's out at right back now. Dalot's at centre back. Like Casemiro's playing centre back. Like there's just no shape. Every time we get the ball, there's no forward player. Martial's in midfield. Like. It's just like, come on, man, keep your shape, give yourself half a chance, cross the ball early, do something different. It's Groundhog Day, isn't it, Dan? It's Groundhog Day.
It is, and the thing is, it's easy to say get rid of Ten Hag, but why? You'll bring another manager in, they'll have a good 12 months, and the players will do exactly the same. It's just the same situation, season in, season out, and it's boring. It's absolute. I tell you what, they're so lucky, United players, that this isn't France or Italy. The fans there go absolutely bonkers. They are so lucky because they're well protected and they shouldn't be protected. This is an absolute joke. At home, as we've said, against the Newcastle side that have made how many changes? 8 changes?
8 changes, yeah.
I'll tell you what the difference is. There are players playing for Newcastle who want the opportunity. There are players at Manchester United that couldn't care less.
But this is what Gary Neville said before the game. He said he felt that Man United had to win and that these players were playing for the opportunity to win their place in the first team. Like, this does not seem like that at all. This seems like, with all due respect, this seems like a group of players that don't want to play for the manager. I'm not going to lie.
I said it a few weeks ago, Pete. I think they've down tools on him.
Let me say this then. I will say this, and I mean this with every fibre of my being. Rashford, Bruno, all of them. I would rather see them go before this manager because they will do it to the next manager and the next manager after that, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this.
I agree with that.
Sick of this cycle.
The cycle's happened again, boys. You go back to ball. Hold on 1 second. Ball's on the edge of the box. Martial's got it out wide. Plays it to the middle to Dalot. Dalot plays it. Good shot, just wide. Just wide. Never really troubled in the goal.
Just quick. As well as the 8 changes tonight, we've 8 players either out injured or banned as well. So that's like 16 potential changes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Daz, I don't know how the logistics of this show work, but little Kyle, my footballer, he's giving me a bit of stick saying 2-0. So is there any way we can block him so we can't listen no more? Or...
No.
I'm only joking, Kyle.
Jamie, does he play for you?
We're making Kyle.
He's a lovely kid, man. Absolutely lovely kid. I love him. He's a striker. Do you know what we could do with him actually?
Put him in goal. Put him in goal for the rest of the season. Kyle,
put him in goal.
You know what? No. Kyle, don't listen to those guys. Just subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel.
We love you, Kyle.
And become supporters.
I love that.
The Newcastle boys. Come on, Kyle. You know it makes sense.
He's a good little leg. He's about 4'8", bless him, but he puts work in. So he's a good kid.
Get all your friends to subscribe as well, Kyle. It's your channel. You're part of this channel.
He's a season ticket holder, to be fair, so he'd have been at the game if it was at St James's.
I knew LB would come and join the chat.
I knew he would. Why? Why are you here? Why are you here? Shouldn't you be moaning about Haaland getting bummed for the bloody for the Ballon d'Or? Go away. Go away.
Welcome, LB, to the chat.
15 years ago, you lot were insignificant. Insignificant. Oh, I've had it with him.
Brilliant.
Dan, you started this show so calm and collected, and now you've just gone.
You know what? I tell you what, right? I had a feeling this would happen. So I brought me washing to fold just in case. So if this gets to 3, I'm doing my bloody washing.
We'll put you on the big screen for that.
Christ almighty.
A good shot from Mount, probably about 25 yards out, 20, 30 yards out. strikes it, flying into the far corner, but Dubravka's matched it, pushes it out. I believe, is it a corner or is it a throw-in? Pushes it out. I think it's gone out for a corner. Really good save.
Shout out to Philippe as well, Pete. Matt Ritchie cooking 5 times Champions League winner Casemiro. Cheers to the donation, Philippe.
True. Man United's court came to nothing, was cleared, but still being recycled by Man United onto the edge of the area, out to Reguilon, out to Casemiro on the far right-hand side, gets blocked by Willock, back 45 yards out to Hannibal. Hannibal to Dallo, back to Hannibal again, probably about 45 yards out. He switch balls right into Livramento's head, who clears the ball, but it gets won back by Man United. It's played in by Casemiro, cleared by Paul Dummett, and then Miggy sends Anthony Gordon away, halfway into Man United's half, one-on-one with Dallo, plays in Longstaff down the left-hand side, plays in Miggy. Miggy advances, edge of the area, plays it back, though, to Joe Linton. I think they're just holding possession for a few minutes as we see the next minute or so out. There's a minute of additional time. So in the 49th minute of 5 minutes added on. So we've got 1 minute to go. Newcastle just playing it around, keeping possession on this left-hand side. I can hear some olays from the Newcastle fans. I didn't expect to see that happen. Newcastle put the best part of 20 passes together. Now doing it again on the right. You've got Matt Ritchie doing chops on the halfway line, which is something I never thought I'd ever see. I've got to be honest. I know it's only halfway in. It's only halfway, but
finished.
It does seem that way. It really, really does. And I fully expect Jamie, to see Eric Ten Hag bring the changes and bring on the first team, should we say?
You know what? Like you have played much better this half, right? And you boys know me. You know
keep going, Jamie. Willock advanced down the left hand side again, but the ball got one back, and it is now half time. The whistle gets blown. Sorry, Jamie. Just wanted to.
Nah, you're all right, boys. I was just gonna say, you know me well enough to know I'm never going to be disrespectful towards the Newcastle team. I've got a lot of time for them, but we shouldn't be struggling against this 11 you've got, Pete. Do you know what I mean? And that's not taking nothing away from you, because you have been brilliant. But this is why I feel like Dan's getting so frustrated. Like, it's the same old stuff every time, and it doesn't matter about the personnel. It's like there's no direction. It's like there's something going on. I don't know what it is. There's just so much disharmony. Like it reminds me. I always say, and I get a bit of stick off of Newcastle fans for saying this, but I always say the Glazers are a bigger Mike Ashley. You know, and that, you remember when I first met you boys in the Bruce days it was, and it was like a hate cauldron. Like, I remember going to St. James's Park and the place was dead. It was like a funeral. And that's what's happening to us. Like, it's getting like toxic now. And I'm in the same boat as Dan. I won't go in on Ten Hag because I think there's a bigger issue at the club now. I don't want to bore you with that chat because it's a Newcastle fan channel, and I don't want to be that guy to talk about our owners.
Stuff them, Jamie. They're reveling in our misery. Stuff them. Bore away.
That's true, Dan.
Dan, I'll be honest with you. I've known these boys that run this channel for a long time, but if it was any other podcast, my internet would have went down about 10 minutes ago.
There's still time, Jamie.
It's like what you just said there, Pete. You just made a great point there, mate. He's got to ring the changes against Newcastle's C team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
forget Newcastle a minute, Pete. What's your take on what's happening at Man U? What's your take on it? Because I love listening to you. I know you can break things down. Like, give us it honestly, because I know you. When I first met you, you said you almost liked United a little bit, didn't you? Like when you were growing up. I know you support Newcastle, but you've had that respect.
I wouldn't say I liked Man United, but
no,
I respected their success.
Yeah,
and
I remember you saying that,
where they came from and what they've done, because a lot of teams like Man City, Chelsea, they were down in the doldrums, and what Man United have done is built their kind of empire on winning trophies and being financially stable from that success. What I see from Man United is look, we all know about the ownership, so I'm not going to go into that because it is what it is. And I've said on the 12th man before, welcome back, Chris. I've said on the 12th man before that I genuinely can understand your frustration, because we at the top, on the top panel here, me, Daz, and Chris, understand where you're coming from, because we were in the same position with Mike Ashley, so we can understand where you're coming from. However, as we can understand where you're coming from, I also look at the manager, and the manager has to take responsibility. Just like you mentioned, Jamie, when we were on matters, and we were under Steve Bruce, and we were seeing fundamental things that Steve Bruce wasn't doing that should be doing as a manager. And that's not about the owner. That was about the manager just not doing his job. For me, the manager is not doing his job here. He's not impressing his style of play on the team. He is not being a leader. Like you said, at the time where you want him doing his instructions and telling players where to go and what to do, he's sitting down. But what kind of role model is that? You see Eddie Howe constantly on the sidelines. If he's not on there, Jason Tyndall's on there, and he's ringing in the changes and telling them what to do. That falls with the manager. That is not down to the ownership. That performance tonight, that first half from Man United, that is not down to the ownership. That is down to the manager and that
man management.
Because you look at that team that they've put out, I genuinely thought that team would be 2-0 up, not the other way round. Because that, and Daz is absolutely right. I said it was our B team. Daz, you're spot on. It's our C team. And we're winning comfortably 2-0. Maybe could have been more. And we look very, very comfortable. The couple of chances you've created haven't really done anything to kind of cause any problem to us. We've got Dubravka in goal. We don't even want the guy at the club, effectively. You know what I mean? As soon as I saw that, I thought, oh no, because Nick Pope's on the team. But he's had probably is one of his most comfortable nights as a Newcastle player in his career.
It's interesting that you said about Howe and Tyndall, because I know Tyndall gets a bit of banter, don't he, on Twitter quite a lot for wanting to be the main guy, which I think is quite funny. But it's like you made a really good point. Like when you need to look for the inspiration and there's no one on that touchline, like that like I don't want to talk about Fergie because that's a boring conversation as well. But when they needed someone, that presence was on the touchline, and it was like, oh, the gaffer's out. You know, and you talk about Tyndall. The reason why I've mentioned him, because I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Sorry. The guy that's number 2 to Eric, he just sits there and writes notes. And I said about 10 minutes ago as a joke, didn't I? I want to know what he has in that notes, because I have a notebook on my touchline for my under-14s, and I can show you what it says. You know, and it's like they need to get the players in the dressing room. I've seen Kai in here as well. Now he is the bane of my life. That boy, he slates me every single Saturday, and he's got a left foot like an absolute wand. So he get him gone as well, Daz. But going back to what I was saying, like it's like, are you only allowed to criticize the players in the dressing room, Pete? Like, do you know what I mean? Why can't you go into the touchline and give instructions? Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the basics again, and Ten Hag strikes me as body language at the moment as he doesn't want to be there, doesn't know how to handle that pressure. I don't know how you feel about it, Dan, but I think the players have down tools, but I almost feel like the job is a bit too big for him at the moment. He doesn't seem to have that ignorance and arrogance that he had when he first came in. Like, I'm the gaffer, you're going to do it my way, or that's it. It's like he's fell into that, what I call the second year syndrome at United, where they start following the plan of the club, and then they start losing the reason why we got him. The style of play is gone, the man management's gone, that authority's gone, that confidence in himself has gone, and he's just drained into that Man United mode of failing, like, and just accepting that this is the way it is, and I can't get past this player power. That's why I think I totally agree with you regarding the ownership, Pete. Like, a football match is a football match. It's nothing to do with the owners in that 90 minutes. And I think you mentioned that earlier, Dan, as well, didn't you? You've got to take some responsibility as players.
But
It's not good enough.
This is where the issue is, right? Okay. Manchester United players, this is what they know from history of playing for this club. Some of them have been here a while, some of them have only been here a short time. But one thing they know about Manchester United is the Manchester United fans will go after the ownership and the managers. The players are always the last ones they go for, okay? And until this changes, until these self-entitled people that put on this jersey, that so many great players, Bobby Charlton, Bobby Robson, okay, David Beckham, Roy Keane, proper players who would die in this shirt, until they get what it actually means to be a Manchester United player, this is going to happen week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. It's as simple as that. These players will not care what happens to the manager. These players don't care what happens with the ownership. They don't care. It's not like they've been brought here on lesser wages because we're in trouble. They're on big wages, okay? Don't forget that. We are one of the highest, if not the highest wage bill in the Premier League. They don't care. And I'm telling you now, you could change the entire 11 at half time. It will still be the same score. There is no chance at all that Manchester United are going to come back from this. And I'll tell you something as well, Jamie. Do you remember back in the day, being a Manchester United fan, 2-0 down, you'd sit there, you go, still got a chance here.
We'll win this. Yeah.
There is no chance of that happening now. Ten Hag's done. The players are done. The whole club is done. It's as simple as that. Simple as that.
Just want to get Mr. Chris Hall's thoughts. He's back on after watching that half, mate. From a Newcastle perspective, you must have been like us and Daz, just absolutely just buzzing at that first half performance. We never expected it. Let's not lie, or none of us did as Newcastle fans. But mate, talk to us. How are you feeling right now?
Do you know what? I kind of had a wry smile on my face when I come on, and like Dan, Jamie, I am very, very, very sorry because
cheers, Chris.
It's genuinely. It's like I'm buzzing, and not just with the performance and the scoreline, obviously, but I'm looking at Tino Livramento, I'm looking at Lewis Hall, who I think the two of them have just been absolutely outstanding, And the reason I'm apologising to Dan and Jamie is because, like, you guys were talking about it when I just came on. Then having that hope, having that belief. And right now, I'm looking at Man United, and I'm totally echoing what you boys are saying. Like, you just know Man United, maybe famous last words, but they're not going to get back into it second half. They look dejected. They look beaten already. It's actually an uncomfortable watch, I'll be honest. I mean, I've been buzzing off Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento especially. Like, I just think they've been absolutely brilliant. But from a Man United perspective, I'm also looking at it and thinking it's like a shadow of the former club. I just don't recognise this Man United at all. I know that this isn't your strongest 11 and similar to us, but like you boys have been saying, it's woven through the whole club, isn't it? Everything from top to bottom.
This is where the difference is in Manchester United now from years ago. I watched United play a B team in the Champions League semi-final because we knew the players coming in would do exactly what was needed on the pitch. Yeah. We don't trust the first 11 to do that, okay? So how can we trust the players who deserve an opportunity to come in and do the same? We sat here at the start, Jamie, saying Garnacho, we're going to get him. He's been pony. He's been absolute pony tonight. And this is just this is filtering throughout the entire squad. Absolutely filtering through the entire squad.
Yeah.
I think the players that should have took their chances tonight, like what you said right at the start of the show, Dan, the Garnachos, the Hannibals, the Mounts, they haven't turned up. Like, I get Livramento's had a brilliant team. A brilliant team. What am I on about? See, this team's ruining what I'm saying now as well. He's had a brilliant half, but it's been easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's been one-on-one a few times with Garnacho, and he's had him in his pocket. Like, do you know what I mean? But the thing it is tough to watch at the moment. I'll be honest with you.
This is right, and this is the biggest compliment I will pay Newcastle now, right? Okay, and this is to all your viewers as well. This is all your viewers. When Eddie Howe put that team out tonight, I genuinely believe he probably looked at that team and said, I trust these boys to go out there and do what is necessary. And that is the difference between Manchester United and Newcastle United, okay? There's no trust between player or manager at our team. Simple as that. Simple as that.
You just won't lose this game, by the way. Like, this is you just won the game now. Like, I don't know if you're aware of that because you don't watch us a lot. Because you, nah, Daz, I'm serious. I'll be amazed if we win this game, and I think Dan, you'll back me up on this. I'll be amazed if we score a goal.
I would love it if we beat them.
And on that note,
but no,
let's get two more on that note. So we're bringing for all time.
I would like to mention as well. I seen little Lennon put a comment in, one of my players. So I didn't miss it, Lennon. Someone was talking at the time, buddy. But I tell you what, there's a winger for you, boys. That he is a brilliant right winger, and he crosses the ball. Believe it or not, he actually crosses the ball. Mate, I live in Newcastle, Dad.
You're trying to get contracts or what?
Yeah, I tell you what, they're doing better than what we're doing at the moment. I'm telling you that. At least we've got a little bit of style to play, boys, eh?
Lennon, welcome to Loaded. You're another admin. We're handing out contracts here tonight. That's 3 from the team now. We've got
getting blocked out.
We'll hand out contracts once you start subscribing to the channel.
Dad, you think you've got it, bad fella. I live in Newcastle. I've got to go into an office tomorrow full of Geordies waiting for me to get in, and then I've got to go and see all these boys in the chat on a Saturday and get it from them as well.
Mate, honestly, I get a move, mate. I get a fucking move.
We're gonna have to if it keeps going.
I work in an office full of women, mate, and even for me now, they're going, "Oh, United aren't doing well." I'm like, "Get back off, Tracy. Back off. You haven't had a big black football the last 2 years. Back off."
I love it.
Don't push it, Helen. I've had a long week.
Nice one, Jordy Mick, for giving Gibson a load of membership as well.
Jordy Mick, I don't want it. Take it back.
Wan-Bissaka has come on. I didn't even know he was in the squad, I've got to be honest. Amrabat is on as well. I can see him in the tunnel. So there's
has he come on for
changes. He must have.
It's the right decision.
Amrabat's on. So I think there might just be 2 changes.
I think that's a good change. I mean, that is a good change, Wan-Bissaka, because down that left, you have been absolutely opening us. And one thing I'm going to eat these words. We'll probably clip it because it's Man United. But one thing about him is he does tend to focus more on his defensive job as opposed to offensive, which is what we need at the moment.
I just want to get
Jamie a message for you here. Message for you, Jamie. Mr. Martin Nesbitt wants to know what's the score, Jamie.
Martin, we get on well, mate. Don't ruin it.
Hannibal's still on the pitch.
You know I love you, Martin. You know.
Is it Casemiro that's gone off?
Hannibal is still on the fucking pitch.
Not for long. Don't worry, Dan.
Oh yeah, Casemiro's gone off.
Crazy.
Casemiro's off. Amrabat is on. That's a strange decision, as you've just said. Is that what you said, Chris? Strange decision.
He's a walking red cars, isn't he? He's struggling to contain his emotions. You could see it even at the corner flag when the ball was nowhere near him. You know, he's getting frustrated. He's waving his arms around. How he's not had that second yellow already? I'm shocked.
The one thing I'll just add to that, just as the second half kicks off, is that the back end of the first half, he was winning a few tackles and starting a few attacks. With his press, although he's aggressive, he was winning the ball a couple of times. Maybe that might
won't finish the game. Pete, you won't finish the game.
But as we've all said, he's a walking second yellow, should we say? Because he's already booked, and he could well easily. If they start
the other thing, right?
In the second half,
everyone's saying that Casemiro's past it. We've done this to Casemiro. We've done this to Casemiro. Casemiro doesn't become a bad player overnight.
He came to you, Dan, as the best defensive midfielder in the world. This is before Rodri hit his form. This is before so many others hit their form. He was the best defensive midfielder in the world. Like Willock's just been booked, I think. He should have been the leading light. And it's I have to say, when Ronaldo left, I think he took the mantle on wanting to drive this team forward. But now it looks like he wants nothing more than to get out the club. And that's just me being honest. Yeah. I genuinely think he wants out. And I just think, it
And you
could
can't
be
blame
a
him.
tricky
You can't
season
blame him,
with it.
Pete.
Yeah, no, you can't. Being a regular Champions League winner, winning major trophies, to really being in a difficult moment where the team just isn't playing well, and by all means, like this season doesn't look like they're going to be challenging anywhere near the Champions League this season. But
Yeah, we won't get in the Champions League. We'll be lucky to get in the Conference League the way we're playing at the moment.
Definitely.
I'll come and join you a
You know
full
what?
time, boys.
No worries, fella.
Then, Chris.
Top man. Enjoy the
Best
second
of luck,
half.
lads.
Fingers
Best
crossed.
of luck.
Fingers crossed, mate. Come on.
Fingers crossed. Come on.
You never quite know. Hey, I think the reason why I may be feeling like that is because it's been so long since we won at Old Trafford. It was Johan Cabaye, 1-0
Jesus,
under Moyes, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, under
Free kick.
under David Moyes was the last time we won there. So yeah, that's why I'm a bit the way I am. But yeah. N9NE, or N9, should I say, is what I refer to him as. He's just put a comment on saying Casemiro doesn't want out. He's just happy to chill and collect his pain.
That's the biggest load of bollocks I've seen. I look at N9NE.
Corner.
I respect a lot of things you say on Football 12th, man. I do. I think you come up with some valid points, but that's a load of rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Man United just had a half chance there. Ball put in by Wan-Bissaka. Martial tries to get a flick on it, but it gets flicked and deflected out for a corner. Ball comes in, cleared by Joe Linton to the edge of the area. Reguilon out to... Who's taking it? Is it Mount? Mount whips it in. Joe Linton clears again. Out to the side, left-hand side. Anthony challenging, falls over, but wins the free kick against Gordon on the half.
Tony, to answer your question, we're on 48 minutes, 31 seconds.
I'm on 48:08.
So Arsenal hammers is a full-time score. Is that right, Stu? 3-1.
Getting there, Dan. At least Arsenal are out.
Well, that just shows how far we've fallen, Jamie, doesn't it? That just shows how far we've fallen. It's just awful. It's just awful.
Martial's got to score that at the front post, you know.
Yeah, he has to. Well,
he's got to score. Oh, he's got to score, man.
See you, Tony. Great to see you, Tony. Great opinions on Twitter, and always like and retweet our stuff on Twitter. So thank you for that.
Tony's the chap who's always looking for more transfers. Yeah, we need a striker, a center, number 6, centre back, and he's not wrong. But we don't have FFPs and allowing us to get them as quick as Tony would like, and we'd all like actually.
Man U have got a free kick on the right hand, on their attacking right hand side, about 25 yards out on the far right hand side.
Oh, do you know what? Hannibal doing this to the crowd. Come on, just get your head on the game, mate. Just bugger off.
Mount whips the ball into the back post. Maguire runs, doesn't get anything on it. It then runs out for a throw in. Garnacho slips.
You know when you're surrounded by Geordies, Daz, you've got them in the chat, you've got your boys on here, and then you look in your phone, and then outwardly sends me a message with laughing faces as well.
Hey, Halloween, hope all's well.
Pete outwardly has just sent me a WhatsApp message with laughing faces. I'm like, goodness me.
Hope you're well, Halloween. Great stuff. Great stuff.
It's not great stuff, Pete, is it?
It is for us.
Yeah, it is for you.
I'm just checking when we play you again. We play you the 2nd of December. So in 1 month's time, we play you again. And we're at home that time.
Yeah, that's St. James's Park, isn't it? Yeah.
Keane, you can find someone else for that Watchalong, lad. Do you know what? I love the crack of the the Watchalongs, but it's hard when you're not at the right pace.
I know, mate. No, honestly, for that reason, we massively appreciate it. You coming on and just talking football with us. And Newcastle are on the attack. John Hinton clips it up. Maguire heads it back down. Willock nicks the ball in front of Hannibal, but it's just It's just wide, and Lindelof manages to collect the ball.
I think the only saving grace I've got, boys, is during the dark days in Newcastle, I was always a really respectful fan. So I have a lot of people on Twitter that are Newcastle fans that quite like me for some reason. So hopefully I won't get a lot of grief.
Well, they should equally be respectful back. That's what we hope.
I see someone there. I think it's Adam McCarthy. I think it is.
Yeah,
I think that's his name. Sorry if that's not his name. He said it was nice to see me on, so I really appreciate that. I meant to say about that earlier. Thank you very much, Adam, if you're still listening, buddy.
Top stuff.
He better be listening. He's one of our Spanish.
Yeah,
he's got a job to do.
Ball goes out for a goal kick, but I think it was offside anyway. Garnacho running with the ball. What I don't want, Daz, from a Newcastle perspective, I don't want us to start sitting further deep.
No way.
We need to keep playing the football we're playing, the expansive football, pushing forward, trying to counter, and look for those little pockets of space. That's what we need, particularly in the second half, to push Man United back, because we don't want to give them an excuse to just keep ploughing the ball forward, because that's where you're going to open up opportunities, particularly with us being away from home. That's what we don't want. So, and
it's what remember True Jordy said it there about a week ago as well. He said that this Eddie Howe team, they never take the foot off the gas. Once they have apply the pressure, they keep going. They don't just kind of sit back. So they keep on looking for more. So let's hope it rings true for our C team as well.
Definitely, fingers crossed. Just another one, Daz. Obviously, we're 53 minutes in on the clock at the moment. Do you think, or when do you think, Howe will maybe look to make some changes?
Well, Kraft hasn't played a lot of football in over a year, so he's going to be tiring.
Mount advances with the ball. Ball gets flicked to the back post. Wan-Bissaka on the edge of the area plays it to Amrabat, well over wide.
Garnacho's been poor tonight,
He hasn't been great, I have to be honest. But you know what? Honestly, Jamie, I don't know if you and Dan agree with this. I think that's down to how good Tino Livramento's been. I think
I agree.
You've probably got a point there, mate.
He's been sensational tonight, honestly. Not just with his attacking play and obviously setting up the first goal, but his ability to defend and win the ball. It's not last ditch either. He's just winning the ball at ease. He's knowing where the play is going. He's making those tackles. A little bit like what Wan-Bissaka was like. When he first signed for Man U, and he was just nobody could get past him. Like, he was just so hard to beat. Like, it's like that. Livramento's playing like that at the moment. But he's got
intelligent signing, that one.
It was. We talked about it. Man United advanced with the ball, played to the edge of the area. Newcastle win it back, but Mount has got it again.
Free kick.
It is now a free kick on the edge of the area. Hannibal's won a free kick.
Danger here.
I wouldn't even worry. It's going nowhere near them. I wouldn't even worry. Honestly.
Oh, Dan, you're absolute golden tonight, mate.
Oh, no, it's not. It's offside.
It looked offside there. His hand was in.
The ref might have given the free kick because it looked like a foul, but I've just seen the replay from the side, and the linesman's actually put the flag up. When the ball from Mount was played into Martial was standing in offside position. It's the game's already playing on. Newcastle on the attack on the right hand side. It was given as an offside. Surprise!
That'll cheer you up, Dan. Rashford's getting warm.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets it. He's a Manchester boy. He gets it. He gets it. Don't worry. Our saviour's here.
Anthony's decision making as well. Honestly, man, I can't even cope with him.
It's the whole front three, though. It's like Martial just doesn't look interested. He does.
How?
N9, NE, NUFC. Sorry, I'd love to know what your real name is, mate. Because is it 3-0?
No.
Oh, right. I'd love to know what your real name is. But you talk about Casemiro stealing a wage. Look at Martial. Look at Anthony. Look at players like that. Martial has not. Oh, I'm assuming they've not scored because you're ahead. That's the players you look at that for me are stealing a wage and are happy to sit there and take the money. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
What we're kind of like smiling about me and Dad is that Anthony got the ball on the right hand side, just on the edge of the area, cuts in and just balloons a ball like literally 20 yards into the air.
Just that,
like, nowhere near the goal.
Just that.
That's what he does, Pete.
No, Pete.
85 million,
I'm smiling because we're 2-0 up at Old Trafford, and
that's come on. Everyone does that, mate. Everyone does that.
I've just seen that. Oh, that's deflected, is it not?
No,
Is it not?
It was
It's
just
that bad.
Yeah, great tackle
well
from
done.
Livramento. Garnacho was running down the left hand side, goes to cross the ball in. Great tackle from Livramento. Garnacho's holding his ankle now. He's struggling. He's hobbling.
He's running off.
I just can't believe how flat we are at home again, man.
It's the follow through. He's gone out for a corner, but he looks like he's playing on, but he's hobbling around the pitch. Whether that will signal Rashford coming on. Regular on with the corner, on the ball whips in. Joe Linton clears it. A bit of a tame try to win the ball from Gordon, but then flicked out for a throw in by Mount.
Why is Regulon taking a corner?
It was an outswinger.
9. So it's 9. I'm so sorry. I've got it now. I've bloody got it. 9 NUFC. Every day's a school day. Every day's a school day, should I say? Every day's a school day. Every day's a school day.
They love the number 9 up here, Dan. If only they had a decent number 9 in the past, eh?
Well, their last one chose to win nothing and go to Newcastle, didn't they?
Don't start, Dan.
I'm joking.
To be fair,
sorry, I started that.
Some positive news for Man United, if there is any. You've had, what is it? I think it was 72% possession in the last 10 minutes, I believe.
I'd rather have 5%, Pete, and get an equaliser.
You've had more of the ball in our half this half.
Jamie's missus has had enough. She's gone. Turn
the light off.
She said, "No, I'm gone. I've had enough."
Yeah.
Ball out to Garnacho.
I see you go up the stairs and said you'd had enough.
Good tackle from Livramento. Ball's recycled.
She's a Liverpool fan, Dan.
Oh God, why?
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God, I feel for you, mate. Tonight is awful for you.
Ball gets whipped in from Man U. It goes out for a goal kick. Martial looks distraught that he missed that, but he was nowhere near it. He was nowhere near that ball.
Should have been sold 4 years ago, Martial.
Yeah, he's done.
I read the different.
One point, Daz, when in our first transfer window after the takeover, we kind of considered him, didn't we, in the Fun Early Transfer Show?
Yeah.
Well, it was. I think did he end up going on loan to Valencia or somewhere like that? Seville. I think it was talked about that he could well have been an option.
For about 3 days, yeah. It was talk about him, but
I remember that. I think I put on my Twitter at the time, I've got a spare room if he needs to settle in.
One back by Jolinton. Willock's running in. 10 yards, 20 yards out. Oh,
get the Ireland board out, Dan. Get it out.
A goal. Oh, my word. What a finish.
The two players that I was worried about, Almiron and Joe Linton, both scored.
Hold them, Dan. Hold them.
What a goal. Joe Willock.
What time's Corey on tonight?
You got to know how to hold him. How to hold him.
What time's Corey on?
Unbelievable. Guys, I'm just going to talk you through this goal because this was sensational.
I ain't even seen it yet, Pete.
I've seen it.
Gets one on the halfway line by Joe Linton. A great tackle by Joe Linton. Nicks the ball off Amrabat. Joe Willock, about 50 yards out, travels with the ball, just absolutely glides in, and he smashes it down Onana's left. He gets nowhere near it. It is bang in the corner, bottom corner. Honestly, he smashes the ball. There is no way he's getting anywhere near that. It is a sensational goal.
Jamie, I'm telling you this now, mate. Ten Hag's gone.
He's He's probably about 55% fit, and he's having a ball at Old Trafford in the midfield.
Ten Hag's gone.
He ain't played for months.
Ten Hag's lost. He's lost the players.
Willock's been out for 4 months. Willock's been out for 4 months. This is his first start, and
That's
he
what
has looked sensational.
Yeah, that's it, Pete. That's it, mate. You hit the nail on the head, mate. It's easy at Old Trafford now, Pete. Teams don't come to Old Trafford anymore, Pete, and expect a tough game for 85 minutes. It doesn't happen no more.
Unbelievable, honestly.
Do you know what I mean? This is Newcastle's C team, man. Like, do you know what I mean? It's hard watching United at the moment, honestly.
You guys have had possession for the last 10 minutes.
That's a brilliant goal, by the way, Joe Willock. What a strike, man.
And it's a superb goal. Man United,
you know what?
edge of the box. Mount goes to curl it in. It was an awful attempt. Joe Linton plays it back.
This doesn't even surprise me, this result, boys. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me. That's why I'm not even reactional. Like, it don't surprise me, this. Happens every week at the moment.
I don't know who, someone in the chat or you boys tell me, because as Joe Willock's running through, there's this absolutely brilliant shielding of Maguire who tries to get across to it, and a player, it might be Gordon or somebody, shields Maguire from getting anywhere near him, and that just opens up the space for Joe Willock to take the touch and just smashes it into that near bottom corner. It is a sensational finish. Honestly, I have to say, Newcastle's goals, Onana could get nowhere near it. Rasmus Højlund is coming on, Bruno Fernandes is coming on, and Rashford's coming on.
Just leave him on the bench.
Equally,
Wilson and Bruno.
Callum Wilson's coming on. Bruno Gomes is coming on. So we're literally going like for like. Gordon's coming off for a rest. I believe
Gordon.
that's for Callum Wilson. Gordon's done well tonight. Hasn't really had any chances, but he's done a great job. That is for sure. And Callum Wilson's on. 63 minutes gone. I'm not sure who's coming off in midfield. Joe Willock's coming off. Sensational performance today. We could
ready for Arsenal.
To be fair,
I hate to say.
You know what, Daz? You're right. I think he could be in the conversation for Arsenal, definitely. But Bruno Gomes is on. I think it maybe to hold possession a little bit more. Martial was going off for Rasmus Højlund, I imagine, who's ready and primed to come on. You've got Bruno Fernandes and Rashford that are also waiting in the wings. Rashford's coming on for who's number 17. Garnacho is coming off. Garnacho's not played well tonight, and we just talked about that a minute ago.
He looks lost on the touchline. Ten Hag looks lost.
Lads, just something that's
Hannibal's coming off for Bruno Fernandes.
Just something that Stu has put here, and I concur as well. Fair play, lads, for sticking around and putting up with this as well. I'm sure there'll be a few fans leaving the stadium as well soon if they haven't done so already. But no,
you know what they need to do at full time? I'm telling you, right? They need to lock the doors, leave the players on the pitch, and let the fans at them, because this is just ridiculous. Okay, we can sit here and we can have the banter. Of course we can. We're football fans. That's what we do. That it's all done in light-hearted humour. It's brilliant. That's why we love it. But let me tell you something, right? This is the worst I've ever seen it. This is the worst I've ever seen it. It's absolutely atrocious. And I tell you what, like I've said several times, and I'm boring you saying this, but they'll sack him. Another manager will come in. We'll go on a run. The players will go, yeah, get behind us. This is what we do. And they'll do the exact same thing 12 months later. Absolute disgrace. I'm sick of them. I'm absolutely sick of them. There are kids that go to this game that have their heroes' names put on the back of their shirts. None of them on that pitch, in that squad, in that team are heroes. They're all a bunch of tossers. Simple as that. Absolute joke. Absolute joke.
I get what you're saying. Mate.
It's like what I said earlier, Dan. Like, football comes down to 11 versus 11, and sometimes it ain't FIFA. You know, you can't control. I always say to my players at grassroots level, this ain't FIFA. You've got to make the right decisions when you've got the ball. You've got to run back when you lose possession. You've got to fill in for your teammate. And that's at grassroots level. And I see the same things on here thinking, that's basic. Like, that's just football basic. That's Sunday League basic. And they can't do it. And it comes down to, like, desire sometimes. Like, it's that simple. It comes down to desire. How bad do you want it? And the one thing I'll always give credit for Newcastle, I mean, I give Newcastle loads of credit anyway. You boys will know that. I'm always giving them credit on Twitter when they do well. If they don't play well, I usually give them a bye, to be honest. So quite a lot of people call me a fake Toon fan. But I can see what they're doing. I can see what Howe's trying to do. He's got them all on the same page. There's no leaks. There's no nothing.
Ball into the box for Manu, cleared by Joe Linton. A truly dreadful touch.
There's no desire. There's no nothing, man.
Jamie, with the greatest respect, we could be playing bloody Blackpool and we'd be losing. It's gone. It's gone. It is done. It is done. This club is done. It's done from top to bottom. And I tell you what, I just, do you know something? I genuinely hope that in 20 years' time, I can say to my kids, "Oh, you should have seen us when we were shit." Because I remember that's what my uncle says to me. I remember when United were crap, and growing up, I'd go, "Don't be so bloody stupid." This is where we are now, and the difference between now and then is this is laughable, and we take the laughs because do you know what? I'm missing Big Brother for this tonight. That's the biggest travesty. It's nomination night tonight, and I'm missing it.
You don't want to watch that rubbish, mate. You don't want to watch that rubbish.
That finished
What
after Series 3. Series 3 was peaked.
Oh my God!
Forget it, Dan. Downhill after that.
I might go lock myself in the Big Brother house and have to face you lot then. Bloody hell!
You don't want to do that. I've been there, done it. It's not all it cracks up to me, mate.
Oh, mate. Neither's being a United fan, mate.
Have you been inside it, Pete?
Yeah.
You've been inside the house? Oh.
Yeah, there were parties in there, mate. There were parties in there. When my brother came out, we had parties afterwards. It was great.
And we just clarify, out of the Big Brother house, Pete meant there.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Dan? We just got a comment on the screen a minute saying fair play to us. I don't know who it was. I missed the name, but I think it was Brett. Yeah, there it is. Brett, you have no idea how bad I'm feeling right now.
No.
There's been a few Tony as well.
The only thing I will say, right, is I'm married, lads. So this is, I'm used to pain. It's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? It's don't worry about me.
You're not in that room. You don't want a hand just come across the screen.
Why aren't those clothes folded?
Look at that there though. I'm at 67-57. Eddie Howe's on the touchline going like this, telling his players to talk. Like, you're 3-0 up, man. But these are the things that make a difference. He's managing his team. He's managing the game. He's telling players where to be. He's telling them to talk. And we're 3-0 down, man, and our manager's in the chair.
Mason Mount's just ballooned a shot for people watching about.
He's been shocking tonight as well, It's been shocking.
22 yards out. It was a good opening. To be fair, flick to the back post. Bruno tries to flick it beyond, because I think Anthony, No, somebody else was far right-hand side that wasn't marked. Didn't quite get to him because we defended it. Comes back out to Mason Mount and he just balloons it.
Yeah, but to be fair to Mason Mount, he's got the last laugh here because he's left the club that's below us. So he's going up, isn't he?
He's traded up.
Small positives.
Oh, brilliant. But boys, 70-minute mark. Man United are just coming out their own half. Newcastle are chipping away, trying to make it difficult, continuing to press. 20 minutes to go. Daz, what's your assessment so far from a Newcastle perspective, mate?
We've got Matt Ritchie on the pitch, and we're beating Man United 3-0 away from home. What was my assessment? I agree with the comments the lads put in the chat. Fair play for the lads for sticking on, but Jamie, you mentioned Pete and his admiration for Man United, but me, I hate Man United because of the history with my times when I started supporting Newcastle, early days, and everyone in Ireland supporting Man United or Liverpool. So yeah, that's all the abuse I ever got growing up. supporting Newcastle. But so yeah, it's just absolutely delighted that we're 3-0 up, and I'm thinking, Pete, who we're getting in the next round. Will it be Liverpool? We've got a dodgy draw each round. So
if you get Liverpool, Daz, and I've put through this, I've got to come on the live stream for that. Because if there's ever a time I will celebrate a goal for Newcastle, it will be against them.
Lewis Hall's gone down.
Has to come on as well, Jamie.
Lewis Hall's gone down, guys. It looks like he was holding his hamstring.
Shit.
Now he's back on his feet, but Dan Burns getting ready to come on. He's jogging around still.
No, he's moving now. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. But I don't. I thought it was what Lisa's just said. I thought it was Hall kind of like just shithousing there, but he was genuinely holding on to his hamstring, his right hamstring. He's got back up, but at that point, Dan Burn is literally on his feet and he's looking like he's stripping to get ready to come on.
We'll have to bring him on anyway.
Just one that we need to kind of just keep an eye on, because Lewis Hall's had a superb game and that will build him with so much confidence. I would hate for him to be then out for a period of time, because that could knock back his confidence with, because he needed this game. He needed to play as well as he has done tonight. And obviously, of course, he got a goal. Because this puts him now in the shop window for a first team opportunity. Certainly off the bench, depending on how things go. So he's proven he can do it by his performance tonight. Ball whipped to the back post to Rashford. Rashford across goal, cleared out by Kraft. Hey, we've not talked about Emil Kraft tonight.
I know, he's
73
still
minutes
on the pitch.
Emil Kraft at centre back. He's a right back. He's played centre back tonight. He has been excellent so far. He has been excellent. Fair play to him.
Dan, I'd give you a cuddle, mate, if I could reach you.
Fernandez has just missed an absolute golden chance. Anthony plays the ball early, in and behind. He makes the run past Kraft and Dummett. He's onside, and he takes it. He's probably in line with the penalty spot, coming on the wide right, and he takes it first time, and it's a dreadful effort. Dreadful. And you've got Man United fans literally heads in hands. It just keeps cutting to the stands to different Man United fans. And now Trippier's coming on, and Dan Burn are coming on. So Lewis Hall is coming off. I don't know. Matt Ritchie. So maybe they're going to push Livramento further forward and have Trippier solidify that right-hand side. The next few subs.
I've just had this harrowing realization, Pete.
Go for it.
Sam Hart is going to be clipping this fucking.
Mate, he's already doing it. Evening, Sam. Hey, if you've not seen the Race for Europe chat, mate, he's already clipped you. He's already got you.
Has he?
And it's not pretty, mate. It's not
Me?
pretty. No, I mean, like, it's you slumped in your chair.
I've got it. Yeah. Sam, if you're watching, mate, my subscription's $4.99 a month. If you pay it extra, then you get some of this, mate.
You get the ironing board out.
Well, we're getting shagged on the pitch, so why not bring it to the screen?
Puts it back to Wilson. Good block there by Lindelof. If he doesn't block it, he's in on goal. He's in on goal.
Paulie.
So Trippier's on. Great to see Paulie in. Thank you for your likes and retweets on all the accounts. Myself, Daz, and Loaded as well. Appreciate the support, mate, on socials. But Trippier's right back.
Don't know how many people's watching the live stream at the moment, but if I don't get some love on Twitter tonight from you Newcastle fans from putting up with this, then I'm logging out of Twitter for good.
I'm sure there will.
Wherever you are, I know I'm a Man United fan, but give me love tonight because I'm going to need it. Dan's it time for these yellow and gold gold and green scarf or what? I've got.
Long stuff. On
that was nearly
I swear, I thought it was going in the top corner. It was whisked just past the post. What an effort!
Look at that.
About 25 yards out, picks up on the recycle from a corner, takes a touch, bounces off.
Oh, he needed top bins there for that one.
Onana was beaten.
You know, Sean goes to the ice hockey quite a lot in Newcastle. If I see him, I'm going to have a word with him. He's always at the ice hockey, Sean.
Quality. Newcastle.
Minnesota Mag said Minnesota Mag says we need more Watchalongs.
Sorry, Reguilon's just got booked for kicking the ball away. Newcastle just won a free kick. He's not happy.
I'm just at the point of ending the game now, to be honest with you. I've enjoyed actually speaking to you guys more than watching this dross, man.
You know what? It's been a great chat. I know, like, it's not been great for you to watch, but just talk about different things, Newcastle related, Man United related, just having a chat about things as the game's going on. It's been a great chat. And you know what? Massive thanks. There's been, 40, 50, 60, 70 at some points during this show tonight that have been watching the game. I think there's about 40 in there, 40 plus watching now, and everyone is active in the comments, and I really appreciate it. We all do, because you've made this watch along a brilliant one for sure. Ball's been recycled back into the box. It's in. Oh, Wilson tries to get hold of it.
Kraft, look where he is now.
Nowhere at the back post. Tries to lob Onana with a header. Onana gets there, collects it. Man United are on the move forward, and then Newcastle just win the ball back, and now we've got possession again. Dubravka launches it long, Newcastle play it back to Dubravka, launched long into the Man United area, approaching 79 minutes into the game.
If I had a DVD player, Pete, I'd.
Sorry, Daz, go on.
No, I was just going to say, if I had a DVD player, I'd get this on DVD. This game, even though I haven't recorded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sugar.
I can't believe how bad we are. I know it's all like laughs, jokes, banters, football. Like I'm all for like watch-alongs and stuff. I haven't done podcasts for ages, so this has been like really refreshing. But like the actual football side of it, I would be going off my nut, to be honest, if I was sitting on my couch at the moment.
Jamie, this has been happening for months. I
know that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. Like it's so hard. Like one of the boys, God bless them, like Keen from Devil's Advocate, he owns that channel. Absolutely brilliant guy. I know you boys know him. Lovely fella. A great friend of mine, as well as someone I do them shows. And I haven't done podcasts for a long time. I took a bit of break from it. And he said to me, I need to get you back involved. And I said, Keen, do you know what? Like, there's nothing positive to say about the club at the moment. Like, and it drains me. So the fact that we've had a bit of a laugh and we've had a bit of crack about Newcastle, it's been refreshing. Like, it's lovely to meet you as well, Dan. I know it's not the best circumstances, but like the football side of things, like it's lovely to see you again, Pete, Chris as well, and you, Daz. Like, lovely to see us. Shame Richie's not on as well. I love Richie as well, but it's like the actual reason why I come on here, like, was for this game, and we have been absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It is hard. It is really hard to speak about Man U at the moment because there is no positivity. There isn't one. I think the only positive I have for the whole club at the moment is Højlund. That's it.
Yeah.
He's going to be a really good striker one day when we get the right players around him. Other than that, I'm done with it.
He looks like he's got the right mentality.
Do you trust the club to buy the right players around him, though?
No, I don't. The only chance we had, this might be controversial here, and I'm not going to go into it because it's not a Man United channel, and I don't want to bore your listeners with it. But the only chance we had with Qatar was a fresh start. That's why I was all in for Qatar. I get the human rights things. I understand that. I'm not going to discuss that sort of stuff. But I wanted a fresh start. Even Ratcliffe, if he's owning the full club, get them out and let's start again. And we're not going to get that. So I'm a bit like, what happens now? Like, what happens now? What's 25% going to do? It's this rinse and repeat. I generally think, and I've said this to the boys in the Devil's Advocate chat, so I'm sure, and I know I'm representing them tonight, and I'm going on a bit of a moan here, but I've said this to them. I think United are finished. I do. I really do, because it's not as quick. It's not as easy as buying the right players. The whole fundamentals of everything is done. Like, it's broken, absolutely broken.
From what you're saying, Jamie, so many Man United fans are leaving. There's empty seats. There's play.
Yeah.
It's just cut to the fans. The fans are getting up and already leaving. It's on 81 minutes.
It's hard. It's hard to talk about them, Pete. Honestly, mate. Like,
yeah, no, I couldn't understand it. And look, as me and Daz
I said to the boys in the office, Pete, the other week.
We've been there.
Yeah, I know that, and that's why it's refreshing to sit with you boys and chat, because I've got a lot of time for you as people, not just people that do a podcast. And it's like, I know you've been there because I've done shows when yous were there with yous.
Yeah.
I think I come on one of the first ever loaded shows, didn't I? And yous weren't doing that.
Yeah, you were
great.
there.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and we're going through that now. Like I said to the boys in the office the other day, like Newcastle for me, be interesting to get your take on this, Dan, as well. Newcastle for me are the blueprint what you can have when the owners are right. You know, and I'm not. It doesn't matter who the owners is. It could be Mickey Mouse for all I care. Like Qatar and Ratcliffe are spoken about a lot because they're the only options. I don't care who it is. I just want someone that's going to run the football club properly. Like that's it. And I know that doesn't take away from this performance because it's 11v11, and I'm more than happy to dissect that after the game when Chris comes back on. But it's just it's like a gaping trying to put a plaster over a wound at the moment with this.
No, we get it. And look, we're
Feel your
kind of
pain,
like,
Jamie.
yeah,
What's that, sorry?
It's obviously banter here, back and forth, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But you know, like I say, we can understand your genuine frustration. We've been there. You know what, Daz? We were there.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, away at Brentford, when Brentford were in the championship, right? And we put out a team that should have beat them, and we ended up losing 2-0. And Bruce blamed the fans for the reason why we lost the game, and we were absolutely seething after that game, and we were absolutely just distraught because we should have won that game and we should have gone on to a semi-final. That would have been the furthest we'd got in so long, and we threw it away. And you know, that was our kind of a height of the season. We then went on and got, beat 1-0 to Sheffield United after they'd been beaten in their first 20 Premier League games. You know, that's
so many bad times, Pete. Like some of the things that Jamie's saying there, like it rings true for us. We were there in so many dark days, but look, you will eventually turn the corner again. It's still. Yeah, I agree with the lads are saying about the owners.
Without trying to butt in, I'm sorry, mate. We won't know because we'll just recycle and repeat. It's as simple as that. We are no closer to turning a corner and anything. There's nothing there.
Oh no, it won't be soon. No way.
It's and you know what?
What did I say to you, Dan, on Monday? The gap is getting wider.
Yeah,
in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Man United, the gap is getting wider. Newcastle United, we're chasing that top 4, top 5 now.
Yeah.
We want that for a second season running. Aston Villa are looking like they're going to be competitive there. Brighton are doing well. West Ham are going to fall down at some point, but they're up there at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, you've got Wolves. I bigged up Wolves, down at Wolves. I said, Wolves, they've got a decent team there. Not a team that could challenge Europe at this point, but a team that could do what Fulham did, what Brentford did last season, and finish in the top half of the table. Like, you guys in Chelsea, you are in really bad moments at the moment. It looks like there's no way it looks like it's even going to get better anytime soon.
But this
it
is
really,
the thing,
really
like,
doesn't. It genuinely does.
Everyone in the chat saying Ten Hag gone. These players will do it again.
Rashford in. Great block from Paul Dummett.
They'll do it again. They'll do it again. It's as simple as that. It needs the players. It needs a massive reset, and that's why if Qatar would have come in, we could have got that. This isn't going to happen. Jim Radcliffe's going to come in, and he's going to buy 25%. What's that going to do? The 25% doesn't get rid of the debt that we've got. The 25% doesn't do anything. It's just nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Listen to what you just made a really good point there, Pete. There, and I was just listening to you there. You listed teams like Brentford, Brighton, West Ham, not West Ham, Aston Villa. I can add to it Fulham. You've said Wolves as well. These teams play quality football with average squads. So what's our excuse? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's the players.
Postecoglou's come in.
It's the players.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Jamie,
I
I'm
think you've
sorry,
got a really good point, mate.
I don't mean to shout over you, mate, but it's the players. This is the
I think you're right, mate.
thing all the time. We bring new ones in, and they go, here to support the club. We're going to sort it out. It's the players. You can bring in Pep. We wouldn't win jack shit. It's as simple. It's the players. They've got to go. I'm sounding like that guy off AFT. They've got to go, blood. They've got to go. But they have. It's done. It's absolutely done. It's done.
Shout out to Paulie there.
Long after the bloody manager is, and that's the disappointing thing about this.
Shout out to Paulie, whose wife is a Man United fan, and she's stormed off to bed as well. So it's not only the Man United fans that are leaving.
Paul, if you ain't taking her a cup of tea to that bed, then mate.
I hope she takes a turd on your pillow.
Goodness me, that went dark really quickly.
I'm only joking, Paul. It's all love. It's all love. I'm only joking.
He laughed that off. Paulie laughed that off.
Does anybody know if that storm's coming tonight or what? Because I'm hoping my game on Saturday is getting called off because I can't deal with them little rascals.
Oh, mate, I'm coming up there. Jamie, I'm coming up there, mate. I'll back you. Don't you worry.
Yeah, do it, mate. Got a spare room. I offered it to Martial, but you can have it.
Oh, God.
Look at the Geordies with the tops off, man. It makes me sick.
No, but you know something,
it makes me jealous. I want to be in that way in. That's where I want to be right now. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Scenes.
Absolutely, mate.
They've just literally cut to Eric Ten Hag, who looks absolutely dejected. And then in the distance, you've got the Newcastle fans that are jumping up and down, celebrating.
What minute are you in?
We're in the 88th minute, just turned.
Right, okay. So I'll take the credit now then. What did I tell you just before half-time, Pete? We won't score a goal, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Don't call me Mystic Meg, but I told you so.
But what we've done, Jamie, is matched to you guys. Because when you guys at 63 minutes went, right, let's bring on the cavalry, let's bring on the big boys to try and influence the game. We did exactly the same. So with you, Rashford, Bruno, and Rasmus Højlund, we brought on Callum Wilson. We brought on who else did we bring on at that point? Bruno Guimaraes. And then about 5 or 10 minutes later, we then brought on Dan Burn and Kieran Trippier. So we literally went like for like. And that for me, I think, has killed the game because the
good management, Peter. Very good management
for Newcastle, and we've got Bruno running into the corner, winning throw-ins high up the pitch. You've got Trippier just holding the ball and just calming everyone down and saying, "Just relax."
Gally.
Like literally.
Have you listened to a word I've said? Have you watched this stream the whole way through? I've said about Ten Hag. It's just no. Come on. You're better than that, Gary.
Paulie's taking serious offense.
I don't even know him, but you're better than
to your comment as well, Dan. Serious offense is taken.
Christ Almighty! And
do you know what? Well, it's a bit quiet. If you just don't mind me, boys, just plug in the boys are going to do a review show on Devil's Advocate straight after the game. Like, obviously, I appreciate Newcastle fans are not going to probably watching it because you'll be celebrated. But if there's any United fans in here, make sure you get across to their platform because they're going to be dissecting for whatever they can dissect out of this. I actually feel sorry for the boys that are doing the show tonight, but just to mention to them as well.
Catch it up as well, anyone that can. We'll probably stay for the draw, Pete, I imagine.
Catch it up,
yeah. It's the draw tonight.
The draw tonight, 10:45.
People, if you
get the empty seats, man, that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're staying on for the draw, 110%.
Question
everyone in the ground
here,
looks dejected.
Will Man United finish above West Ham? And will there need to be a forfeit? I wonder.
A cup game against Arsenal doesn't change my mind.
David, I'd love David Moyes back at the moment. God. can't believe how bad we've played, man. Honestly.
Tino Livramento gets given man of the match, and probably rightly so. 1 assist, 9 duels won tonight. Wow. And 5 tackles won, first in every single category from a defensive point of view. He was outstanding tonight and fully deserves his man of the match. He's had 2 starts for Newcastle United, 1 against Man City, and was man of the match arguably there. Man of the match tonight away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. Unbelievable performances. And as we said on the Fully Loaded transfer shows, get Livramento in because he's the future. He had a bad injury with his cruciate, but this guy, right, is the future. He's back up and running now. And we have got an absolute snip at what, 32 million?
Was it
32 million. Well, I'm not sure if is it a loan with the view to buy?
No, that was Hall.
No, the Memento straight
oh,
to
yeah.
buy.
Sorry,
it's
Hall. 32 million well spent, because I kid you not, if he'd have stayed at Southampton, he would have lit it up for them and they would have been asking 40, 50 million for him. He has been sensational.
He's got to be putting pressure on Trippier, isn't he?
Here's a question, Jamie.
In the next couple of years.
Jamie, we've spoke about Ten Hag getting sacked. What if Ten Hag just walks? What if Ten Hag says?
I'd like it. Do you know what it is? I'd commend him, because at least it's some sort of like Joe. Do you know what it is for me? Right. I won't ever go out on Ten Hag because I think there's way bigger problems, and I think you've got the same mindset as me, Dan. But I never went on Ranić either, because I knew Ranić wasn't the answer. I knew he was in there to do a job. I never, ever went on Ranić. And people are backtracking now saying they got it wrong with him. They should still be at the club. For the recruitment side?
He was meant to stay as director of football. Ranić was the man who said we should have signed Alvarez, Caicedo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ranić was the man who said open heart surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't go in on Ten Hag because there's much more issues at the club, and I won't do it. I ain't going in on him anyway. I don't care if the whole of the fan base are Ten Hag out. I ain't going to be that guy, because there's much bigger issues at the club that need fixed to allow the manager to be able to work. But the thing that strikes me is, and this is always my go-to when I speak about the Ten Hag out chat, Jose Mourinho and Van Gaal are literally serial winners, and they couldn't get it right here.
And
do you know what I mean?
And who turned on them?
The fans, the fans will always turn.
The players. It was the players.
Oh yeah. I was never Jose out. I did go on Ollie, and I'll hold my hands up. Maybe I got that one wrong as well.
Yes.
Well done, boys. I'm chuffed for you because you deserve it. Been superb, man. Newcastle.
Superb result. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it. 3-0 winners. The full-time whistle has gone. Bruno and Almiron are just speaking to Anthony. Lewis Hall is getting a lot of pats on the backs from some of the staff. Putting to now to Joe Willock, who gets a handshake from Eddie Howe. A sensational result. We don't win at Old Trafford very often, but we've fully deserved that win tonight. We've seen that game out perfectly. Clean sheet, Daz. Clean sheet. Another clean sheet.
Pope wasn't in goal, and the defense wasn't there.
No
it was a different defense.
No Shaw, no Botman, no Trippier until late on. No Dan Burn. Kraft playing centre back. He's a right back. Dummett, who's literally played 2 games in a year, and these 2 games in the cup, and he's been sensational.
Hall starting as well. A move to left back. He's a natural position for us. So many positives to take from this. All right, but again, we're playing a Man United who are where they are.
Do you know something though? I disagree slightly. I think the way you played tonight, I think regardless of it being Man United, I thought the way that you were set up, I thought the work that you put in, the players that come in, I think you don't sweat on how bad United were. You guys were fantastic tonight, and I will say this to all of the guys you got watching this: it is a great time to be a Newcastle United fan. I don't watch much Newcastle games for obvious reasons, but I must say, and this is the biggest compliment I can pay you. This reminds me so much of back in the day with us when we had players who weren't in the first 11 but come in and got what it meant to be a player for your club. There are so many players that play for your team that care more about the badge on the front than the name on the back, and you can see that. And it's I commend each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. You deserve it.
I second that as well.
100%.
What's that, lads?
Huge roar from the Newcastle end. All of the Newcastle players going over to greet the fans.
Ten Hag looks like he's aged 50 years in the last couple of months, man.
Yeah.
I want to see him come out and just name it. I want to see him come out because there's something up here. I want to see him come out and say, this is the issue. Not say we're on the way up. Not say, well, there's injuries. Just come out and say it. Come out and say it.
You'll know if he's checked out, Dan, if he goes in the press conference tonight, right? We've sat and watched this dross, yeah? If he comes out and says he felt we played well, it's over. He's gone. He's checked out. If he comes out and says the game plan didn't work, like tactically we weren't great, we didn't turn up, sort of thing, I'll be like, fair play to him.
Yeah.
But he won't do that because he's puppeted. But
but this is the thing. He is. I agree with that. Last season he called things out. This season he's just settled. Yeah.
Happens with every manager, mate. They fall into that little rut that they've got to play the Man United way, and they've got to do what's right, and we can't question players and blah blah blah. It's player and board power. That's the problem at Man United. Like the faces of the club, aren't they? Bruno, Rashford won't leave these players out, although they didn't play tonight. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Like you just hit the nail on the head. Newcastle organised, fantastic. Everything I said at the start of the game when Pete asked me right at the start of the show to break down the lineup, and I've done it. And I says the one thing that worries me is the in behind balls. What happened? Every single time down Dalot's wing. You know?
And do you know what United will do? You know what United will do? They'll spin this. They'll say, coming back soon, Luke Shaw, Mainu, Diallo. They've tried it today. That's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it'll be like Ratcliffe's going to be in. You'll see it tomorrow on Twitter. Ratcliffe's taking control of the football inside. He's going to do this, and this, spinning it away from the bad result. You know what it's like? Man United have got the best media team in the world for spinning positives when we've just been beat.
100%.
Yeah, really nice moment, guys. Obviously, from a Newcastle perspective, the players obviously greeting the 7,300 fans that have travelled tonight, and the players push Livramento forward to get his accolades as man of the match. And there's a huge
what a future that boy's got. What a future that boy's got.
He's a superb player. He really, really is. And I'm so glad that we've signed him because he is. He's showing in the brief minutes he's had on the pitch, he's showing that he's got a massive future. He played the last 10, 15 minutes maybe as a right winger, and even so, he was still getting forward, still creating opportunities, making those darting runs. I knew he was quick. I didn't realise how quick he was. He is rapid. And for the first goal, he proved it. But let's just a quick run through. They put it on the screen. You know, Middlesbrough through. They won yesterday. Port Vale through. They won yesterday. Liverpool won 2-1. Chelsea won 2-0. Everton won 3-0 against Burnley. Fulham won 3-1 away at Ipswich. Obviously, we won 3-0 and West Ham won 3-1. So, you know, you've got your West Ham,
Who are we getting?
Fulham, Everton, Chelsea, Liverpool, Port Vale, and Middlesbrough. There are still nice little ties there. Maybe a time tease derby against Middlesbrough. Maybe
home draw.
Maybe a home draw to Port Vale. I'd take that in the quarterfinal. Everton at St James's for Gordon to score a few. That wouldn't be a bad draw.
See your boys just walking off after celebrating. I know I'm a couple of minutes behind you, telly-wise. Your players don't even look tired.
No,
you know?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
They don't.
No, you're absolutely right.
They look like they've just turned up and enjoyed the game and got a good win away from home for the fans. Like, it's just badly.
That's good because some of them have to play again on Saturday and then the midweek then in Dortmund. But another little caption from coming off the pitch. It's nice to see Trippier and Livramento together, and Trippier saying some words to Livramento, the master and the apprentice there on that one. So yeah, great night for Livramento. Also a great night for Hall as well, who great performance and got a goal as well for us. And Kraft coming back from after being out for a year, and Dummett having another stormer at the back.
Yeah,
so many positives.
Absolutely, so many.
I hope you just go on and win the tournament, man. I'll be rooting for you, to be honest with you.
We hope so too. Let's end this trophy
Honestly,
drought.
embarrassing, man.
I'd love it. Absolutely love a cup run, and it goes back to the point. I think I said might have said it on the review, or I don't know if I said it last night on the Graham Bailey show. Daz, is that I wanted to win this game so much because literally, yes, we've got a lot of injuries. We know that, but there's only one more game that we play between now and mid-January in the Carabao Cup. We have the quarterfinal in December, sometime in December, and then the rest of the if we get through that one, the semi-finals don't kick in until January.
Yes,
So
you said that before, right, Pete?
Yeah, we haven't got a lot of games to play. So now we're through. We're in a position where we can focus on the league and the Champions League now until sort of mid-December. By then, we're hoping to have Botman back. We're hoping to have Isak back. We don't know what the situation is with Murphy. If it's mid-December, coming towards the end of December, who's to say that Barnes is not going to be back? Barnes is scheduled to be back earlier now. Potentially, he could be back in mid-late December. That could be a player coming into the squad. And then the team that you're putting out in the quarterfinals looks very different. And you can go, at that point, it'll be after we've played Champions League football. So all of the group games will be done by then. And you're looking at it, you're thinking, at that point, can we really attack this game in the quarterfinals, whoever we get? It's a home draw, even better.
And then, Pete, we want to strengthen in January as well. That's another factor to throw in. But yeah, there's a lot of things to happen between now and then as well. Also, one from Bill here, a good comment from Bill. It's ironic in the last few days, people have been saying that Hall and Livramento signings were a mistake, etc. Bet they're not saying that today. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that for the future, we've said it in the past as well. But it's great to see them getting on the pitch now and proving their worth. And sending a reminder to people that they may not be starting right now, but that can change, and they're definitely for the future as well. Maybe
even when people were questioning it on social media, we have maintained a loaded mag NUFC. They were good signings. They were They were good future mindset signings for this club. But what they're proven tonight that they can do a job now. Not just for the future. They can do a job now. But boys, I want to come to you really quickly from a Man United perspective. Where do you guys go next? I said to you, Dan. I said to you, Jamie. Championship. I don't think it's quite that bad. But I said to you, where do you go next? If you lose this game and lose it badly, and I said it kind of, in hindsight, I said if you lose this 3-0. What happens then with Ten Hag? Where do you think, as a Man United perspective, you're going next after this point? Because it's a bad defeat. It's a bad one tonight.
It's Ten Hag could stay. Ten Hag could go. I'm going to stand by this. Does he mean Newcastle? Because the Matheson scored at Old Trafford for Rochdale, so I'm not having that one, Mr. Slaughter. It's not going to change. Like I've said several times before, okay, you can sack the manager. We've seen managers sacked at Old Trafford. It will be a new manager in, a new bounce because they'll want to impress, and then the following season it will be the same old crap. The only difference is our second season syndrome has just got worse each time. Like, first of all, it was, well, we're not going to qualify for Champions League. Now I don't know where we get our next win from, Jamie. I genuinely don't know where our next win comes from, because we managed to get a result against Brentford. We managed to scrape a win against Sheffield United. Sheffield United, by the way, who are at the moment looking like the worst team to play in the Premier League. We scraped a win against Copenhagen with a last-minute penalty save. It's ridiculous. I don't see where it goes. I don't see where we go, and that is a scary answer for me to give you. I genuinely don't see where we go. There's no answer.
Yeah.
That's a question from Kyle here. I'm going to put it to you. Well, one from Bill first. Do you think Gordon will play through the middle instead of Wilson against Dortmund?
No. Sorry, I don't know if that was for me, but no.
No, anyone can answer it. No.
I don't think he will. We'll go with a proven striker. He needs someone to lead the lineup there. I thought, to be fair, Gordon, I thought he played really well tonight. Didn't really need to not. He could have had an off night and still played well against our back four. There was space galore, holes in that defence.
I was surprised he brought him on, to be honest. I saw someone earlier on today wrap him up in cotton wool. I'd have done that, but he come through unscathed, didn't he? His minutes, but no, Callum Wilson, man, he's top class, and top class, and I can't see him not starting with Dortmund.
Here he comes. He's back.
Time to call this.
I know. Do you know what? I've been celebrating. I've been winding up. Lucas Callum's gone the game. He's at Goodison now, but I've been winding Lucas up. He's saying, "Oh, I don't mind if we play yous," but I just said to him, "I don't think anyone wants to play us right now. Really, really don't." That's Man City out, Man United out,
Arsenal out.
Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Arsenal out as well.
Yeah.
So who out of the big boys are left in? Liverpool,
Chelsea, West Ham.
West Ham big boys.
Can we call Chelsea big boys? They're languishing bottom half of the table.
That's the point.
They're just Chelsea, a little bit better than us.
They can always turn it on, Chelsea. Like at some point, they're a cup team, aren't they? They know what to do to win a domestic cup. So you can't.
If Newcastle ain't looking at this now, boys, honestly, if you're three at the top of the show, you're Newcastle lads. If Howe's not looking at this now, thinking we can win this tournament, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah,
I really will. I think he'll go all out in the next game, depending on who you get. If you get an easier game, maybe at home to a Championship team, League One team. I don't know who's left in it without looking, but I'd fancy. I would be surprised if you don't at least get to the semi-finals.
You've got
at least
you've got Port Vale. Port Vale.
It's for you, Dan.
Middlesbrough. Yeah. Port Vale, Middlesbrough.
I was this close to just quickly sneaking and having a look, but I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just. Do you know what? I drove home from work tonight. I was like, "Oh, first Watchalong tonight. Looking forward to this." Oh my days! Oh my days!
Well, if it's any consolation, we've loved having you on, Dan, as well as you, Jamie. We've loved having you on. To be fair, like game aside, we've had a good conversation about a lot of topics tonight, and it's been good to chat away. But obviously, we completely understand from your point that it's not been. Whilst me, Daz, and Chris have been like bouncing off the walls with how we're playing, we can understand that you.
Do you know what the most upsetting thing is, right? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Now I'm going to get deep here. Sam Hart is going to have clipped me up to absolute shit tonight, to the point where I may even just cut the internet cable on Monday, so I can't come on because I don't think I can handle this. And Lawless is going to be sat there, isn't he? With, oh my God, it's just, oh my days, it's horrendous. Well, boys, I have got to. Oh, come on! Why wouldn't I criticise Chelsea? It's all I've got. Have you not just witnessed the last 19 minutes? Jesus Christ! I've got to jump off, guys. I'm going to go and have a cold shower and try and decipher my life choices. But can I just say, I've been on this show a couple of times. The work that you guys do, the improvement I see on this show week in, week out, and what you're doing is just absolutely incredible. You've got such a great following that you've worked extremely hard to get. Everyone in the chat, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Love the banter. And Jamie, I'll see you at the Manchester United Fans Anonymous group tomorrow.
It's been a pleasure to meet you, mate.
Take care, guys. Thank you very much for having me
Cheers,
on.
Dan. Thanks for saying
Pleasure,
it.
man.
Take
Take care, fella. Top man.
care.
Top man.
Get lawless. Get lawless. Go on.
Great to have Dan on. Great to have him on. It's not been easy for him. It's not been easy for you as well, Jamie. But I think we've
Just
seen
glad I had someone next to me to hit my pain. I think he's feeling it harder than me, bless him, innit? But I'm not surprised. That's the thing for me. Like I've checked out with this group. You know, I feel quite, without being too deep on it, because I understand it's football and there's like a million more important things going on in the world right now. But I've checked out with them. Like I feel numb to it, to be honest with you. It's like I expected. Like we're playing Newcastle at home with, like I said earlier, no disrespect, a C team Newcastle team, apart from the end when your big hitters come on, and you've played us off the park. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely played us off the park. Worked us off the park. First for challenges, putting in the extra yards, teamwork. If someone drops out of position, someone's filling in for him. Emil Kraft not played for arguably 14 months, is it? Sorry. It looked like a prime Maldini at the back, calm, composed, didn't make a mistake. What this played against players that are just disinterested, that get a couple of quid at the end of the week, and that's what it is. And the good thing is doing this thing with this show, with you guys, is yous have been here.
Yeah.
So the way yous are feeling, like towards the end of the Bruce days, that's the thing that people don't realise about when they say to me, "Oh, you're a plastic mag," and all of this. When I first moved to Newcastle, I was in the stadium watching yous under Pardew in the Europa League against Benfica. I was at the game. And then I've watched it all the way through and always tried to remain optimistic for Newcastle and say, one day you're going to get what you want. Well, guess what? Now you're here, you know? And that's why I use Newcastle as the blueprint. I've lived in Newcastle for like 13 odd years and I've seen it all. I've seen the St. James's Park where you can hear a pin drop. I've been in the stadiums, you know, I've been to multiple Newcastle games under that regime. And this is why I say to people, you can't credit me for giving them credit now they're doing well, because I was giving them credit when Pardew was there. Yeah. So it's been a cycle for me. It's not been I'll jump on Newcastle's bandwagon now because they're doing well and I live in the city. I was singing the song for them when they weren't doing well. Do you know what I mean? So, and I see so much similarities in that negativity around the city, around the ground, the optimism in the fan base pre-match. I see that at my club now. Yeah. And that's what I say. I think that's why I was pro Qatar. Not because I want them. I want anybody that's going to give us a chance at what yous have got. And I use yous at the blueprint, because we do. And that's what I mean. I've checked out. It's hard to say this, right? Because I love Man United. Like, I'm 34 years old. I've seen my club win everything. My dad had me in a Man United baby grow a couple of days into my life, you know? And so I don't know no different, but I don't like this group of players. Yeah. Like, I don't like them. Like, I look at them and think, you don't care about my club. Whereas when I look at Newcastle, the reason why I watch so many Newcastle games is, for one, because I live in the city, so I'm interested in it. I have 16 young boys that love talking football with their manager on a Saturday. Half of them are in the chat, giving me some stick. But they'll all be waiting for me. I'll get it. But do you know what? I've got broad shoulders. I can sit on here and take stick, so I can take it from them. But I take interest because I like the team. I like what Newcastle are doing. They've got the right people in the right places off the pitch, which filters down naturally to on the pitch. They've recruited well. They've got good people in the roles. The boy that they got from Ashworth, from Brighton, he's been a revelation. You know, he gets a lot of stick when he's not doing no deals, but his business has been absolutely phenomenal. And he does it on the quiet as well. When Man U are linked with a player, it's all over Twitter before it's even announced. You know, it's leak. Like we're leak central at the moment, and our stadium leaks as well. Funnily enough, if you don't know that, but yeah. So that's why you guys probably see it. You all follow me on Twitter. You know, I'm very pro Newcastle, not because like I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Like I just like the team, and I like how he sets up.
Drop your Twitter handle, Jamie.
Yeah, I've seen that in a few comments actually, so I really appreciate that from the guys that have asked it. So that's the thing for me. People can joke, he's a plastic mag and that. Yeah, dude, go ahead with it if you want. I just like what I see, and I'll do the same for Brighton, for Villa. I like the way they play as well. I like how they recruit, and it's the bigger picture. And it's mad because it's crazy that I'm sitting speaking about this with you boys, because I remember listening to you boys on Matters talking about this exact problem.
Yeah.
And it's like come full circle. And I don't know if you had the feeling at the time. I'm presuming you have, because I remember the chats, and some of them like were deep chats with Steve and Chris, God bless him, rest his soul as well. He was like so passionate about change, and stuff needs to change, you know. And it's like, I'm at that point now where I think you boys were when I first met you. And I'm looking at this and thinking, where does it get any better? Like where's it coming from? Yeah. Like, you know, it's like we almost need Qatar, and that's crazy. Like we generate so much money, but the people running the club don't care. Like Man United are a franchise now. It doesn't matter about the results. It's how much money's on the spreadsheets. Yeah. It doesn't matter if we win nothing, as long as the people are in the mega stores and in the stadiums. And the reality of it is, people are saying, well, the fans are to blame for the takeover not happening. If they put more pressure on the Glazers, they would have sold the full sale. You're never going to get... United don't have ultras, you know, like that can empty a stadium like AC Milan. It's not possible. If a local Mancunian doesn't go to the game, someone from Asia buys the ticket to sit in the chair at Man United. It's just the way it is, because we're a global club. But sorry, I'm ranting on. It's not the Man United show. I appreciate that. No. But it's just mad. I can see so much similarities between when I first met you lads, and it's like you've waited years. I mean, how many years have you been doing this show now? How many years was it since you were on Steve's show? Years, like years and years.
4 years in total. I say we've been on doing YouTube, and myself, I'm 32 years a Newcastle fan. We started supporting them from when they're 11, and like I relate to what you're talking about here. At the same time, I'm thinking Jamie got to see all those wins, all Man United being the top for so long, us coming second in and losing 2 FA Cup finals, and you know all the Mike Ashley years, all that torment, that torture, and it will eventually, by a miracle, it happened for us.
Your time will come, Dad. Your time's coming. Trust me, your time's coming.
But it will come back around. It won't be tomorrow, but it will come back around for Man United again. It's rotten to the core by the looks of it from the outside looking in, and it needs massive changes everywhere, not only on the pitch but in owners and boardroom and everything. But it takes a turn. Look at Liverpool after their what they achieved in their time as well, and they took a turn. Remember Graham Souness coming in and messing everything up for them, and they got back. They turned the corner again and got back on track. So swings and roundabouts. It'll come back again. It may take a few years though, Jamie.
I think we're the, like Chris, you'll know as well, living in Liverpool, you know, I know we've had chats about like your thoughts on Liverpool and Everton. Like I feel like United are the new Liverpool now. I think it could take us a good 20 odd years to get back to, and I know that sounds ridiculous because you're a couple of good players away from having a decent side, but there's a much more bigger picture with Man United. I generally feel like we're in exactly the same boat as you guys were, you know, but I mean, you can talk about it all day. Do you know what I mean? There's different platforms to talk about my club. It ain't about my club tonight anyway. The reason why I'm going so deep on it is because you can relate so much to it. But it's your night tonight. Like, can I just say as well, Joe Willock was fantastic tonight. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I know Livramento and that will get the chat, but he's not played a lot of football recently. And I was watching him thinking he's a Rolls Royce of a player. When he gets fit, he's got so much to offer. But yeah, it's not our night tonight. It's your night, man.
I'd love to see Joe Willock do something against Arsenal, because just to go in your face, you let him go, just a bit of payback to Arsenal. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'll leave you to crack on anyway, boys. You can have your discussion and enjoy your victory. But just to echo what Dan was saying, it was lovely to meet him as well. I'm going to reach out to him. It may be good to have a little bit of a chat with him on a different time. Now you're absolutely killing it. I see us had True Geordie on the other day. I was thinking to myself, it's a bit of a drop off having Jamie Mackay come on when True Geordie's
Not at all.
Absolutely, absolute pleasure to be invited on. Obviously, I know I'm representing Devil's Advocate, which I really appreciate Keane putting me forward to. But thanks for having us on anyway. Just a quick one, because a few people have asked. My Twitter handle is Jam, JAM, and then my surname Mackay, MCKAY 1989. If anyone wants to get me on there, talk a load of rubbish like I've done tonight on Twitter about football. But really appreciate the love, everybody. Like, you're absolutely flying in the channel. It's a shame Richie's not here. That's my handle. And it's a shame Richie's not here to catch up, but it's been lovely to speak to you again. To be honest, I don't speak to you more than enough than I would like. Nice to see Martin in the comments as well. Got a lot of time for all of you boys, but keep doing what you're doing, and your time will come. But absolute pleasure to come and speak to your guests, to the people in the chats as well. Me and Dan got quite a lot of love. Like, I think we were that heated and that sort of broken by what we were watching. We probably didn't appreciate them all at the time, so we've seen them all on the screens, but I think we were both mid-rant trying to sort of cheer each other up to what we were watching. But so much love in the comments. That's really, really appreciated as well. Absolutely top guys in the comments and top guys on the show, you three as well.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for your honesty as well.
No worries at all.
On you, the true Mackay. There we go, the true Mackay.
No worries at all. Thank you very much, boys. Anyway, take it easy. Want you and I'll catch you when I catch you. Give us a shout when you're in Newcastle, though, definitely.
Will do, Jamie. Take care.
Will do,
take it easy. See you after, boys.
See you later, mate.
Thanks to Jamie and Dan for joining us, because that was not easy for the lads. Now,
no, it wasn't.
If we were in their position, we would be bulling. And
it's always a risk, though, isn't it? It's always a risk, because you don't know. We could have quite easily been, when we put that lineup out, we could have quite easily been on that receiving end of having to watch that, and those boys kind of celebrating a big win, but it's gone the other way. And boys, I'm absolutely buzzing. That was sensational.
Chris,
Wow.
what's your thoughts?
Oh, mate, just like, do you know what? I'll be honest. The first 5 or 10 minutes of the second half, I was thinking, oh, Man U have come out. You know, where 10 Hards had made an impression, and then Joe Willock goes and does that. Like, what a finish! What a finish! And I was made up for Joe Willock tonight. And you know, Jamie was right. Joe Willock was absolutely outstanding, and he fully deserved that goal. But what a cracking finish! But yeah, great performance all round. Again, I mean, Daz, I know sometimes when we play absolutely fantastically, we don't even like go to ratings too much, because I'm actually struggling to think of a player who I go, oh, he didn't have a great game. Like, genuinely, so many players played so well tonight. And isn't it funny, boys? I don't know if you were thinking this during the game, because I was. How, you know, well, obviously we saw the lineup and we were a little bit like, oh, don't know. Me especially, you know, I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this team. And then, you know, we're worried about squad depth. Have we got enough? We've got a few injuries. You know, are we going to be able to cope? And then the players who come in go and perform like that. And I know Man United aren't playing fantastically well, and you know, people will say, "Oh, you're playing a bang average Man United side who are out of form." But I kind of don't want to take anything away from the lads tonight, because there was so many good performances. And I tell you what, I said it in the chat, and I think you had it on the screen, because I think I saw it. But Lewis Hall is definitely a left back.
Lewis Hall,
definitely a left back. Oh my God,
really well.
Like that first half, he was fantastic. And Tino Livramento, I tell you what, that's now his second start for Newcastle, and I think it is anyway. And he's backed it up with another magnificent performance. And it's like, you know, we all love Kieran Trippier, and you know that we all love Kieran Trippier. But I tell you what, he's going to give Eddie Howe a headache if he carries on playing like that every time he starts, because he was unbelievable. Like we've spoken, haven't we, about the future and bringing the players in. If we've got them right and left back going forward in the next few years, we're just going to be unbelievable at wing back. Absolutely unbelievable. And then that's without Sven Botman in there. We had Paul Dummett and Emil Kraft playing centre back, and they both played brilliantly. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It is absolutely sensational. I am absolutely loving.
Oh, and by the way, Joe Linton's back. Joe Linton,
yeah.
Back. He was fantastic tonight, bullying everyone. Seeing the strength and the speed. He's doing what we knew he needed minutes, and we knew he needed to get back up to fitness. But today, he just bullied that midfield. Absolutely,
that was the game.
It.
That was the game for him. He dominated Casemiro. Yeah. Casemiro got chucked at half time because he was dominated by the likes of Joe Linton. And Joe Linton played a crucial part in the third goal because he nicks the ball back. He wins the ball back. I think it's off. I'm not sure if it's off Mount or Hannibal, one of the two, which unleashes Willock. And I've literally just been watching the goal back. He nicks the ball. Joe Willock drives forward. And I said to you boys on live at the time, I said, who's the guy that blocks off Harry Maguire that allows Willock to run through? And it's Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon didn't have many chances in front of goal, but I tell you what, he played that striker role so well as a lone striker. He had to do a lot of doggy work, and he was brilliant for that goal. He just opened up the space.
Cheers,
that finish was sensational as well.
Mate.
Brilliant stuff. But just on your point with Livramento, he does everything that Trippier doesn't, and he gets he's absolutely rapid. Yeah. He is rapid fast.
Mate, that run for the goal, for Miggy's goal, it's like he just turned the afterburners on. Yeah. Nobody was catching him. Mason Mount, who's not slow,
and Hannibal left them dead. Left them absolutely dead. They couldn't get near him. And then the ball, he splits it between two players that just allows Almiron just to run onto the ball. Like Almiron just needs to run in a straight line, and he literally runs onto it to a T. Takes a touch, not the greatest touch, but it brings Onana out, and it just opens up the angle to just whip it into the far corner. It's a brilliant finish, side netting finish.
Defensively, we're talking about Livramento going forward. Defensively, every time, have you noticed? Every time Livramento seems to be in a one-on-one, he always comes out on top. Always comes out on top, physically, tactically. He just, you see, he like Garnacho, who's no slouch. He's a good young player.
He's their star boy.
Livramento was just like, just pushing him off the ball, shoving him off the ball, and he's so good. He is good.
Rashford came on.
Didn't do anything.
He did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. They thought he was going to change the game. Livramento was like, nah, you're not on my level, which is not. And then we bring Trippier on and we play right wing, and he's still bombing forward and creating opportunities. You're thinking like this player, honestly. But
another thing, lads, Botman, who will Lascelles get back into the team now with Kraft?
Holy D,
Jesus, our C team, our C team is beating Man United 3-0 at home.
Well, essentially, yeah. And I know, some people may argue this, but technically we're playing a right back and a left back centre mid, centre defence.
Centre backs, yeah. They've predominantly played all of their careers at full back.
Yeah.
Centre back today, clean sheet. Kept out Anthony Martial, kept out Rasmus Højlund. Absolutely sensational.
120 million between the pair of them, Højlund and Martial.
And we were talking on the show, Daz, remember in the first transfer window of the new ownership, Chris, we were considering taking Martial. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You'd have to pay Man United would pay us to get rid of him now. They want him gone.
This is the worrying thing. This is the worrying thing, Pete. I'm sure Dan and Jamie were touching on this. The problem they've got, not only is the ownership a problem, the manager's now a problem. The players are a huge problem, because you're seeing loads of players there who are coming off the field or, kind of coming onto the field, and they just don't look arsed. They just don't look bothered. Bruno Fernandes, Martial, Rashford, you can name them all, and none of them look bothered. And that's the concerning thing. And that tells me why they need to get rid of Ten Hag. They need to get rid of him because they need a manager. They need to hear a new voice because that's not going to get any better. It really isn't.
Yeah, it's still. I think that new voice will still run into the same problem though.
Well, probably.
Down the line, it might go well for a short period of time, but it'll still be the same problem. I think as well. It's rotten all over the place.
Yeah, it is. It is. Very worrying for Man United, can't lie. But boys,
ball number 7, boys.
Ball number 7. I was going to ask. I've got my own feeling on what I think the draw's going to be. Who do you think we're going to get?
Liverpool.
Oh, no, don't do that.
We said this last time.
Don't do it. If we get Liverpool and then we knock them out, we're winning it. Simple.
It's Port Vale in the final then.
Daz, please. I want Chelsea and Liverpool to play each other, or Chelsea or West Ham or whatever.
That'd be sweet.
We need those. We need those matchups.
Yeah.
And then we need a Port Vale at St James's Park. We need
Bobby says
for St James's Park. That's what you want.
Who do you
West
think
West Ham.
Have you got a good feeling?
No, I've not got
Everton.
a good feeling.
I think we're getting Everton. I think we're getting Everton. I do.
You know what, boys? Honestly, I just want to play at St James's Park. I want a home draw. I just want a home draw. At that point, Chelsea and Liverpool aside, I'll take anyone else in that competition. At St James's Park, I'd take anyone else at that competition because Chelsea at St James's Park will play a full strength team. Liverpool will play a full strength team coming at St James's Park, and then you're kind of weighing it up. Chelsea, I think we can beat anyway, but Liverpool is one of them on a knife edge. Any other one of those teams, West Ham.
Would you want West Ham?
Middlesbrough.
Is West Ham not going to go all out, Pete?
I don't think so.
Not think so. What lineup is West Ham playing tonight?
Even so, Chris. At St James's Park, I still think we win. I still think
Watchalong with Lawless.
I think they go full. I think they go full strength. I think they go full strength. Meaning us, like Eddie Howe and the boys go full strength. If West Ham go full strength, as I said to you boys the other day on the show, and I've said it before. We only play one more game before January in the Carabao Cup. There's only one game. One extra game. We'll have the Champions League out the way by then. We'll have done our 6 group stage, so we'll know where we're at Champions League related. So it allows us to fully focus on the Premier League and the Carabao Cup in the run up to after Christmas, and then the semi-finals are not till mid-January. So why not go for it?
Scramble for tickets for the final started already. When final is normally in March, isn't it? March.
Yeah, I think it's March.
The final, it's the last week in February normally.
Okay.
Oh, is it that early?
Yeah, it's normally in Feb. It's normally in the last week in Feb.
Oh.
Anyway, let's see if we get the draw first.
I think it was the last week in Feb last time. I think.
Was it? Yeah.
It normally is. But.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I think I tied in our Wembley trip with Lisa's birthday.
Yes.
Because I'm such a fantastic husband. Yeah, that's what it was.
Same again this year, love.
Guess where we're going. Yeah. No, that was good. No, it was. I'm already dreaming, boys. I'm already dreaming, and I firmly believe. Like, genuinely, I've got a feeling we'll get Everton, but I want to get Everton because I know we'll beat Everton. But we are due a nice. I agree with what Pete said. We are due a nice tie. We've had Man City at home and we've had Man United away. We're due a nice one now. So really, the minimum would be a home tie for me.
I'm going to it, I think.
Hold on.
Oh, hang on. Are we on?
Yeah. No, there's
after
just
the break. After the break.
Long now. Actually, while they're doing the break, we'll give a shout out to our sponsors as well. Yeah, let's give a shout out to the radiatorshed.com and all the lovely radiators that Russ has available there. We must get back in contact with Russ. Must send him drop him a mail and say hello. Also, shout out to H2O Bathroom Design Co. and all the lovely bathrooms that the lads have there in the showroom. And go check that out. If you're in the market for something bathroom related. And also, because a few people have been asking about it as well, coming up tomorrow night, Unloaded, back again, and it's away days. Pete, talk us through this.
Yeah, we're back again. Another Arsenal away days, and we've got Dan Potts coming to join us, and he's been on before. But Albert from Albert JTV is coming and joining us as well as Potts is backup. Great guy, super knowledgeable. He's been on 12th Man before as well. And yeah, I think he was on the BBC not long ago. I think he was doing some work for the BBC from Arsenal's point of view and TalkSport. So some people may have seen him around because he's been repping Arsenal, doing various different things. But the boys are on tonight, tomorrow night, 7:30. They were confident up until tonight. That's changed after what happened at the Olympic Stadium. So we'll get
rested a few as well.
What's that?
And we've rested a few as well, Pete. So that's going to be to our advantage as well.
So yeah, we'll be talking about all of that. You're absolutely right, Daz. We rested a few, so did they, but they had to bring them all on to try and claw back the game. And yeah, should be a good one. Looking forward to this. Confidence from our boys now going back to St James's, ready to lift the roof off on Saturday evening. Boys, I'm not gonna lie, the confidence is growing. The confidence is growing, but we'll talk about it all.
Better.
We'll get into the details of away days tomorrow night, 7:30. Be there, don't be square.
What was better, the win over PSG or the win here at Man United? I know the answer, but
for me, it's the PSG win. It was historical, and this was to a point. It was historical, but yeah. You could argue that if we go on to win the trophy, this one will be up there.
Yeah.
Right. This one will be up there because it meant something on the road, so something special. The PSG one was special because it was such a unique game against a top team. First one at St James's Park, under the lights, Champions League music, the lot. But yeah, they're both special. This is a special night, which is why I'm so buzzing. Old Trafford. We never win there. I've only ever seen us win there once. Like
Dubai.
In my lifetime supporting the club until that point. And now we absolutely floored them.
This is
great question.
Yeah, this is special for different reasons. I think because of the lineup, because of the manner. I think, I think we all believed we could do something against PSG, but we didn't think it'd be like it was. And that this is an elite team, PSG. Coming up against them, but arguably the best player in the world, and we put them to bed. But Man United, I think, just because of the history between the two clubs. Where we are as a club, where they now find themselves as a club, and the fact that we had the likes of, and this is no disrespect, but we had the likes of Paul Dummett, we had Emil Kraft, we're playing the bare bones of our squad, if you like, and then we go and perform like that. I think that's why tonight's special, really, really special. Boys, I don't know whether you've already done this, but did you do a man of the match? Did you do a man of the match?
No, we didn't.
The official man in the match was Livramento on Sky. That was the official man of the match, and it's hard to argue, if I'm honest. Willock, close. I thought he was sensational.
Hall as well. Hall. Was
so many. Kraft first start in 14 months. Brilliant.
Dubravka done well between the sticks as well. He had a solid game. A few long range shots, and he held them comfortably.
A couple of big saves in the first half. Yeah, definitely.
Pope played in the first game, in the game against City, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Yeah.
He's come in. He's come in at the team he was at on loan last season. Had a walk in the park, couple of good saves, clean sheet, and off he goes. But back to number 2 at Newcastle. It almost kind of shows where we're at now. Like like he played in the Carabao Cup last season for Man U against Villa, because I remember us loaded boys talking about it, and he was horrific. He was like all over the place. Villa were like, he had some sort of massive anxiety playing for Man United's defence. But yet he comes in our defence with Kraft and Dummett at the back and looks like $1 million.
Michael makes a point.
Around in 12 months.
Michael makes a point here. Did you see any reason to bring on Bruno, Trips, and Wilson later on? I think that was a little unnecessary. That's my only criticism of Eddie tonight. I guess for me, it was just to see out the game as well. I know it was probably done and dusted, but at this stage, but just calm head as well, just to see it through. And
it was needed, Daz. It was needed. I said it live at the time, and I said it to Dan and Jamie. It was 100% needed, because at 63 minutes, when they were bringing on Bruno Fernandes, when they were bringing on Rasmus Højlund, when they were bringing on Marcus Rashford, and I think maybe one other might have come on at the time. I think they made 3 or 4 subs at once. They brought on the cavalry to save the game at 3-0 down. They brought on those players to change the game. But when we're bringing on Callum Wilson, when we're bringing on Bruno Guimaraes, we're literally counteracting their tactic, because they're bringing on the big guns, so we bring on ours, and automatically their game plan changes, because playing against the players, the individuals that are on the pitch at the time, they think they can get back into the game. But when you bring Bruno Guimaraes, a world-class midfielder, onto the pitch, when you bring a striker that's scored more goals than anybody else since April in the Premier League onto the pitch, it changes the mindset, because they go, oh, we brought on our big players, but then brought on ours, like on theirs. We need to be watching out for that. 5-10 minutes later, we bring on Trippier, we bring on Burn, we bring on, like you said, Daz, the experience. So I get what you're saying from a point. Why did we bring them on? But we had to, because we had to go fire for fire. They brought on their guys to win, try and get back into the game. We bring on our guys to use the experience to close out the game. And that's what helped us close out. How many times did Bruno win a free kick whilst he was on the pitch? How many times did he get the ball and travel into the corners and win a free kick high up the pitch? How many times did Burn clear the ball? How many times did Trippier just get on the ball and just go to the rest of the players, calm, relax, let's play the football? How many times did he just whip it down the right-hand side to Livramento to run onto, because he was playing as a right winger? It's the experience, as you said, Daz, but it's the fact that those players coming on, the Rashfords and all the rest of it, are now more worried about our players coming on, because they know how good we are, in comparison to thinking, oh, we're playing against their C team. We can get at them and make a difference. It changes their mentality coming onto the pitch, and it would have changed Eric Ten Hag's mentality too. So that's why, in my opinion, we made that decision.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
There's also a question here from Shane, who's got up early to see out the end of the game and the draw. Has Wilkino got the best slide after a goal celebration? The answer is yes.
It's class.
Surely.
It really is class.
I liked his basketball celebration as well. I like that.
And Miggy with the driving.
Yeah. Oh,
I forgot about that until you said it.
And then Lewis Hall just went mental, didn't he, when he scored? That was a great finish. That was a great finish. Very controlled. I'll tell you what, Sean Longstaff, how unlucky was he with that shot? Oof.
Chris, you've got to get Hall in the back of a jersey.
I know.
You have to.
I know.
See what number he gets next season.
Yeah, our sums was made up when he scored. She went, Dad, that's your name. I was like, yeah. Yeah, she was buzzing. But yeah, so many good performances tonight, boys. So many good performances.
Unbelievable. Absolutely buzzing, boys.
And I tell you what we haven't spoke about, or maybe you have, and apologies if I've missed it, but Arsenal are going to be battled at the weekend.
Yeah, too right.
Hopefully.
Absolutely, mate.
Tell you what, they've been put to the sword tonight. Declan Rice looked sick when he was coming off the pitch. Then
Apparently,
here we
he did
go. Finally, they're going to do the draw.
oh, right.
Andy
I'm going to
Cole.
watch it. I'm going to take my headphones out because you're going to tell me what it is before it comes on. So I'm going to stay, but I'm going to let me know when it starts.
Number 7.
We're number 7, are we?
1, 2, 5, 6, 8.
What's that? Are they all the ones we don't want?
They're the ones we do want.
Oh, they're the ones we do want.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Andy Cole. Nice draw. Come on.
Number 5 is
Everton.
I've called it, boys. Oh, do you know what? I'll just stay on. I'll listen to you. Go on.
We'll play
Number 6.
Which is
Middlesbrough.
Fulham. Oh,
Fulham.
that's not.
It's a good draw for Everton.
It's two teams you'd have taken.
Yeah,
it's two teams
definitely.
you'd have taken.
Definitely. Keep me updated, boys.
Number 4.
Chelsea. Oh,
Chelsea.
Oh, no.
not Chelsea, please. Come on.
Someone Chelsea.
Give
away.
them Liverpool. Give them Liverpool.
Give them Liverpool. Go on, Liverpool. We'll play
Oh, fuck off, man.
7. Chelsea.
Newcastle.
Chelsea away.
Do you know what, boys?
We can fucking
We've got to
take
do
them.
it
How
the
many
hard way.
times?
We'll do it the hard way. We'll do it the hard way.
How many times? Happens
Andy
every
Cole.
time. Every time.
Number 2, which is
Liverpool are going to get Port Vale, you know.
Port Vale. They are.
They always get easy draws. They always get easy draws. Always.
Number 1, no.
Middlesbrough are laughing, mate. Middlesbrough are laughing.
Who's won?
Middlesbrough.
Number 3, is that Liverpool?
Liverpool a home draw. Shock. Liverpool, West Ham.
West Ham. Well, that's okay.
Who's it?
Didn't
Port
take
Vale.
bits over each other.
Middlesbrough.
They got Middlesbrough, yeah.
Middlesbrough at home.
Oh, Michael
Unbelievable.
says, can Lewis Hall play against Chelsea?
Oh, no, we can't.
He's on loan.
No,
No.
no, you can't.
Number 3. Oh, no, sorry. I'm well behind, aren't I? Yeah, Liverpool home draw.
I knew it. This is why I couldn't predict
West Ham.
on what we were going to get, because I just had a feeling we were just going to get a tough team away from home. That's why I said I just wanted a home draw, because I was confident against pretty much every team in that draw that we could beat them at St. James's Park. We have been given the absolute worst draws in this competition. The absolute worst.
And we keep getting through them. Just think
We
about
do.
that bit.
We do. But
It's not going to be easy.
the one thing that I'm a little bit apprehensive about is that by December they're going to have a lot of their top players back in the team. The likes of Nkunku, the likes of some of their players that are injured at the moment. They're going to be back playing. They're probably going to want minutes, and they're probably going to play in that game.
The ties will commence December 18th.
Yeah,
by the way.
So just before Christmas, we're going to have all players back as well. So it works both ways. But nobody could argue if we knock Chelsea out, right? We have more than done it the hard way, 110%. To knock out Man City, to knock out Man United, to then go against Chelsea.
Interesting. It's interesting. I'm not devastated by it. It's just frustrating because it could have been so much nicer. And we did want that home draw. Chelsea aren't what they were, and Dan made the point earlier. If this was 3 or 4 years ago, we'd have probably been going, we're out. But it's not the same Chelsea, and hopefully, who knows, boys? Hopefully, Chelsea will by that point be thinking, you know what, we want to prioritise the league. Hopefully, yeah. Trying to put a positive slant on it, but it's disappointing. It is disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. Look, we can still win there.
Yeah,
for sure we can. We've done it before in the Carabao Cup. We've gone there. I think we did it with Shola Amiobi scoring goals for us. That we won 2-1, 3-1, something like that. So we can do it. There's no doubt about it. But it's frustration. It's frustration that we've had 2 really difficult draws. You would have wanted a nice draw to kind of take us into the semis. It just feels like we've kind of been shat on, really, with the draws this year. But again, like we said, Botman, Isak, hopefully Murphy, 18th of December. As I said to you boys live, maybe Barnes. He's meant to be back before the end of December.
Yeah.
So there's players that we could become bringing back into the team. Yes, Chelsea bring it back in. So look, we've got to be confident coming up against anybody.
Yeah, and maybe you just said this, Pete, but we'll know exactly where we are out in the Champions League as well, whether we're still in it, whether we're in Europe altogether or out of it. So we'll know where. And we play Fulham before that, and it's before. Well, and the next game after that Chelsea game is Luton away. So not so bad.
Now, if someone's asking when Barnes is back, Eddie Howe said in his last press conference before Wolves that he thinks that he'll be back towards the end of December, a little bit earlier. Originally, it was meant to be January. So, who's to say he might not be too far away by that point for the game. But you'd expect Isak to be back up and running. You'd expect Botman to be back up and running. You'd expect Murphy, potentially, if he doesn't need surgery, to be back up and running by then. So you're adding 3 players to your team. Obviously, Eddie Howe said in his press conference after the game that Matt Targett's not walking well on his hamstring, so it looks a bad one. Yeah. So you're probably looking at him being out for at least 3 or 4 weeks. But with Lewis Hall playing the way he did, it's not the worst thing in the world at all. It's put him second in command now, potentially, to Dan Burn. So
good point here, Pete and Chris, from Jamie. If you had Chelsea or Liverpool away, who would you take? I take Chelsea away. So
all day long. And let's not forget as well, Jamie. Great point. Let's not forget. Chelsea will have seen that draw and gone, "Oh, didn't want that." They won't want us. No way.
Yeah,
I'd say we're the team to avoid in the last 8. We were the team that nobody wanted. I don't even think Liverpool would want us. So now,
go on, mate. Sorry.
No. I was going to say. So now I'm still trying to be positive. It's just so annoying because we've had to.
I'm not worried.
Really work hard, aren't we? But having to work hard for it.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to try and think more positively now about that. That's for sure. But the one thing I'll say is that if we beat Chelsea, I want the winners of Port Vale and Middlesbrough in the semis. That's what
you're not going to get them. You're not going to get them.
That's what I want. Hey, we deserve that at the very least. Or give us them in the final. Give us West Ham in the semis. Give us Port Vale or Middlesbrough in the final. Let's do it. Come on, we deserve that. Let's make it that we've done our cup the other way round. That we've done the hard tasks first, and then we move on. Let's think of it that way. So let's come on. Let's get that done.
Imagine getting Port Vale in the final and fucking losing.
We're trying to think positively, man. Don't tell us that. Come on.
Imagine.
We're getting Port Vale in the final, mate. We're winning it. We are winning it.
Hey, but serious question though. Would that take a little bit of the shine off if we played Port Vale in the final? Now I know initially you're going to go no, but I know if it was Liverpool or Everton or whatever, if they were playing someone like Port Vale in the final, I'd go, well, it doesn't even count really because you're going to win. Would you rather not necessarily like a big hitter, but would you rather play someone who's at least half decent, like a Fulham or someone like that?
I'd rather play someone who can beat in the final. Sorry, Chris.
Exactly. You know why I say that, Chris? You know why I say that? I don't know whether Daz agrees, is because We've already beat Man City. We've already beat Man United. We've already beat Chelsea. So nobody can complain about who we beat in the final if we get there, and if we get someone like Port Vale, because we've beat those 3 teams on the way to do it.
Yeah.
Nobody would argue that.
Yeah. In our circumstance, we're okay, aren't we? Because, like I say, we've not had an easy run, have we? So no,
Jamie,
all right. I've got my excuse ready.
Jamie, we don't even talk about Liverpool, Jamie. Hopefully they get knocked out by West Ham. Probably won't. They get knocked out by West Ham. So don't even do that. Come on.
Do you know what though, Pete? Do you know what? It's not beyond the realms of possibility, is it? Because we saw tonight Liverpool played a weakened side, and some of these clubs do play weaker sides. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that West Ham do beat Liverpool. Because I mean, I'd have to check the lineup, but I bet you West Ham had nearly a full team out, and Liverpool, I know they had Kelleher in goal, they had Kwanzaa playing centre back, they had Harvey Elliott in the middle, so. You know, there's a chance for West Ham. I'd say there is a chance if they bring their A game.
There is a chance. They did play a stronger team. They did rest a few players, but their team was much stronger than in comparison to Arsenal resting a number of players. Like even before the game started, they put it on the Race for Europe chat, and Dan Potts was already like, "We're not winning this. Like we're going out." Like he was confident in that right from the beginning, because of how many changes Arsenal made. Now, I don't expect Liverpool to make those changes. They're looking to win a trophy anyway. How? Because it's now even more difficult to win a trophy. So I don't know what team Liverpool put out tonight, but I imagine it was a stronger one against Bournemouth. Someone might confirm that to me. I can't get to have a look at it. Let me have a look, actually. So Liverpool, so they had their second choice keeper in, but they had, they did have a weakened team, but they had Salah, Gakpo, and Szoboszlai as a front 3.
Yeah.
So still, I mean, still a strong one, and they brought Jota on, Gravenberch on, McAllister on, Trent Alexander-Arnold on, and Darwin Núñez. They brought they were their 1, 2, 3. They were their 5 subs.
Yeah, they must have been sweating.
Yeah. It was 2-1. Yeah, because they Justin Cliver equalised in the 64th minute. Then Núñez scored in the 70th. So I bet when they equalised, they went right. Shoot. Cavalry on, boom, let's go. But yeah, Mr. Spanner, Stu, top man, great stuff. As always, but
lads, we think about wrapping up for the night.
Yeah. The draw's done. The win is done. What a fantastic result that was tonight at Old Trafford. 3-0, superb stuff. And look, why not be positive? Chelsea to come at Stamford Bridge. Probably should have won there last season in the Premier League. Let's go do it again. Why not?
Don't make me do it, Ian. Don't.
I'm
saving it for the final, Ian. Saving it for the final.
Do you know what? I was laughing about that with the lads the other day. It's funny, wasn't it? Like when you were younger watching that, and like Lois Lane had no idea that Clark Kent was Superman because when he took his glasses off, he didn't look anything like Clark Kent.
No.
Brilliant.
It's so shit, isn't it? It's shocking.
It's great.
I'll take that. I was called Jack Duckworth earlier tonight, Chris. Missed that.
Jack Duckworth? I thought you were Tyrone.
Ah, Jesus.
Tyrone.
On that note.
Yeah. Connie Link, isn't it? That's your Connie
Tyrone.
Yeah. I get Steve McDonald's out, so you're getting away with it.
To be fair, Stevie Mac.
Don't
Stevie Mac. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the name, but yeah, Stevie Mac. Yeah.
Oh, Stevie
no
Mac.
way.
Yeah.
You know what? Tyrone is Steve. We can make that work. Yeah.
I can have.
No new posters. We don't want any new posters.
I'm glad I do the posters, Chris, so it's okay.
Yeah, no.
Cheers,
Oh,
Ian, by the way, for the donation.
Yeah,
So
cheers,
that-
Ian. Nice one, mate. Thank you.
There's another one as well from David R. Massive
Cheers,
thanks.
David.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for that, David.
Not at midnight. I think I'd get
Oh, mate.
absolutely chopped by the wife and probably wake up the little boy. So yeah, I'd love to, but probably not. It's been a great show though. Over 3 hours of lots of talk, lots of.
Think about this one. Think about this one. I know.
Let's go back to YouTube Trader.
No.
With no Daz is at lads. Let's go back to that one and have that conversation instead. Let's talk about that.
Out of interest.
Adama Traore there.
Get the baby oil out. Get it out.
Slap it on, feet.
Yeah. Saying that, I'd rather Adama Traore than bloody Steve McDonald's, I've got to say. But, you know.
Whatever you're into, Chris. Whatever you're into.
There's a couple of people that have said, like, just on other shows that I've been on before. There's a basketball coach. I can't remember his name now. I can't remember who he was a basketball manager of. And they said that I look like him. I can't remember his name now. His name's gone out my head.
You'll have to send it to us, Pete, so we can have a look.
I'm not going to send you anything.
You're not going to send it. You probably do remember the name, but you're not going to send it.
I can't actually remember the name or the team that he was manager of, but I remember them saying it, and one of them, I think someone put a picture on one time, and I was just like, "What?" Like, I didn't see it personally, but a few people have said it now, and I can't remember the team. Probably great for me, but yeah, even if I remember it, I'm not going to tell you.
We'll Google that one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for enjoying our marvelous victory, 3-0 against Man United. And there's a lot of pain and suffering from the Man United lads in Dan and Jamie that stayed to watch all of that with us. And fair play to the lads for doing that. But yeah, let's find some new victims for the Chelsea game, Pete. Bring it on. Our names on that trophy. Thanks, everyone. Come back and watch Away Days tomorrow on 7:30. Make sure to catch that. That's it. I think the only one thing left to say. How'd you like that? Where's my glass?
How you like